Like, what are you talking
ready?
about?
Some people are out
Oh,
there.
we've been ready.
Are we recording?
We've been recording.
See, I told you.
He just does that.
It's the Parental Advisory Podcast, y'all.
You know,
Woo!
we actually don't really ever have to do, what's it called?
It's that Chico J Serve.
Why have
You can
been-
find me at
why have you been doing that
jserve954.
Why have you been doing that lately? What's up with the like, what
I
is
make,
that? What is that?
first of all, I don't know what that was that
That's
you
you.
just did.
That's you.
It's like that sounded like the
Right.
TV
That's what
not being connected. That's what that sounded like.
Like,
Sound like a fucked up TV.
Sounds like the noises you make after you have ham.
you were saying your little name. And he just coughed. Oh, jeez. Oh,
Away from the mic. Away from the mic.
All that no
Oh, that
coffee.
mic
But-
picked that shit up.
You can find me at jserve954 on all my social media, at jservetv on YouTube, and as always, I am joined by my fellow co-host.
The voluptuous. Remember last time I said that?
Swayze.
I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. The
Swayze.
That's it. That's the title of the
The voluptuous. I'm Elo Soul with Elo Soul 463, all social media, and Elo Soul YT for my Twitch and my YouTube channel. So come play with your boy.
And in the background, doing his thug thizzle,
What's up, y'all? My name is Wilmo. You can find me on Instagram and Snapchat. Wilmo_Chiquito. Holla at me. Show me some love, niggas, because I would too.
and folks,
We have special guests.
we ain't got no sponsors, so we're just gonna get right into our special guest, our first repeat
Wait.
guest.
What do you, we do have
Repeat.
sponsors.
That's what I said.
We have sponsors.
Who?
Anime.com?
Your sponsor doesn't count as a sponsor.
They literally have given us a code for half off
Your
shit.
your AA sponsor doesn't count as a sponsor.
What is this? Did this old man just have a stroke? Anyways.
I didn't even know about this sponsors, but continue on to show some light on the main source of this podcast.
So the reason why we're all gathered here today, not just to give you another awesome episode of the Los Podcast Hermanos, but we have a repeat guest in the house, y'all. And frankly, I'm excited. When Ella told me that we were going to be having this person back on the podcast, I was going to be like, all right, it's going to be cool. Especially because he's kind of a little bit of a celebrity now. little local legend.
And he's coming to our humble little
abode,
podcast.
our humble abode, to come share some time with us. This is Emmanuel George, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up.
Yo,
for
what's
Emmanuel
good?
George.
What's good?
Yo. Yo.
CBS right now is outside waiting for him.
Yeah, right. We got NBC6 on the line.
So how was that when you first saw yourself on CBS? Like,
Oh, I was on NBC.
Oh, NBC.
Actually.
Was it NBC?
NBC. Yeah, it was a story on Dania Beach, the historical history of Dania Beach. You know, I was just giving them like a little show around of the black community,
right?
And it was real dope. You know, like just when I've seen the article, you actually being on NBC,
Right.
And then I actually ran into Jawan Strader when I was in Memphis for Dr. King.
Right,
You know,
right,
it's his
right.
50 year.
Yes. I saw that you and Steven went over there to go visit.
Yeah, me and Steven. Shout out to Steven Jones.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Steven Moreno Jones, man. I'm not giving the man's whole government. Steven Moreno Jones.
Moreno Jones, you know, Puerto
I
Rican
mean,
too.
no, he's really stepped up in the year that I've met him. Like, he went from really not known.
Yeah,
Now he's like,
he's like the new climate organizer
right,
for the Florida majority.
All right, but all right. Before we dive into it, up top, just where can the people find you? What if there anything that you're promoting right now currently? Just where can the people find you on social media?
Well, I'm Instagram at Black Broward. You can also see me on Facebook, Emmanuel George, E with 2 M's, ANUEL space GEORGE. Main places you can find me. And what am I promoting right now? I mean, just we gotta figure ways to offset this gentrification happening. Like I was saying the last time, like we gotta figure out ways to offset it. And that's through I always feel as if it's being through creativity.
True.
Through black creativity. I always feel as if that's a way that we need to organize as people on a collective scale, come together creatively, which can create the businesses and
Right,
which can then lead to infrastructure and so on and so on.
True.
So that's basically what I'm working on is organizing people, people like yourself, other like-minded creative folks, and of course, Black Broward Film Project. Me, Ian Mann, Preemie Matthew Sterling. They're going to be on here one day. So we're just getting that film done.
I'm working that out with them.
Okay, dope,
coming soon.
Shout out to Preem. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the whole Black Broward Film Project crew.
Yeah, so that's basically what I got going on right now. Just getting this film done and for the summer, and we're gonna make some real dope moves, man. Like
you had a showing of the documentary, right?
Yeah, we had a rough cut of selected scenes.
Right.
Which is like just like a small portion.
Yeah, I saw you had put that up on Facebook, and I got a really good ovation.
Yeah, like it was basically we had it at the Sterling Road Library. It was an 80-room capacity, 80-room max capacity, and 120 people showed up. So it was like wall to wall. People were outside. Like it was actually
that's awesome.
Hollywood's biggest event, Hollywood Historical Society.
Right.
Their biggest event that they had, like every month they had like a guest speaker or somebody. We had their biggest event so far.
That's dope.
So like that's pretty dope and phenomenal. And then we also had another screening in February for Judge Ilona Holmes, Fort Lauderdale Courthouse.
Okay.
So it was at like the jury duty room, where you're waiting outside, where it's like 300 plus people. Mm-hmm. And it was like about like 250 people were there. And it was just real dope, like for the sneak preview, the what people were saying about it and the reception. Mm-hmm. Me and Preem were actually at Sundance in Miami. They had like a little showing
film
screening.
Yeah, they had like a little screening in Miami Beach of like 10 or 12 short films, and the rough cut that people were seeing was actually being reviewed by one of the people from Sundance. So that was pretty a pretty humble thing.
True.
So it's just dope seeing three young black men come together on a creative tip and making some dope things happen. You know what I'm saying? So
I wonder how hard it is to get any type of film on Sundance. I would imagine you have to pay, obviously. I wonder what that amount is. Because I heard Kevin Smith, when he got his video or his movie on there. If you know, Kevin Smith is the guy from Clerks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the dude, Silent Bob. And so I remember his thing was that he got the movie with his daughter on there. But I remember him saying like he paid like $20,000 or something to get it on there. But it's like that. Like, is that the norm?
Yeah.
Do like other people who really are not known with it 5 G's or something?
Yeah,
Kevin
I mean,
Smith is known.
I know some of them it's by invitation. The film gets a film may get selected to be one of the films that is screened during Sundance. Other times you might you can campaign for a position to be one of the films in Sundance, or you can just go and during Sundance season when the film festival is going on, you can set up your own private screening where you can where it's open to the public and you can have people on there. As far as that's not unheard of for people to pay.
Because I know you can pay a
to,
movie theater a certain amount to get your. I mean, if they allow
to rent it out, yeah.
Yeah. But I remember Ivan was going to do that with the whole. What was that thing that we did back last summer? Brochella.
Right.
Or we were going to document it, and we had some. We were going to put it in theaters. Mm-hmm. So that's when I first found out that shit, you can just go to a movie theater and pay them, and they'll put a movie up for you. I didn't know that. I thought you had to be like a big box office studio to fucking be considered to fucking.
Yeah, it depends. This is different things. Like I mean, shout out to our producer, Miss Nary Street. So she helps out.
Miss Nary Street, shout out.
Shout out to Miss Street. So she helps us out a ton with like all like that technical Sundance stuff.
Right.
So she just lets us young brothers do what we got to do.
And she just kind of takes care of the logistical parts of it.
Logistical parts, and that's like a huge help. We were doing everything.
True.
From the logistics to the filming to
marketing,
editing,
all that,
everything.
True.
So like it's pretty dope just to have her being there to help us out, man. It's phenomenal.
So now since the last time you were here, a lot has happened for you since then. Yes, you like we were talking about earlier. You were on the local news here on there, but I also saw that, and you touched on it briefly. You went to
Memphis.
to Memphis and to go see the hotel where Dr. King, for what, the 50th anniversary, correct?
Yeah, he died
of the assassination
in 1968, April 4th.
April 4th. That's right.
Has it only been 50? I feel like it's been longer.
Yeah,
I did a report on Martin Luther King since the 4th grade, and ever since that day, I've always known April 4th, 1968. Like that was the date.
Yeah, man, it was dope. Me and Steven went up there. We were there. We took a bus, so we went to Georgia. From Georgia, we went to Alabama. We went to Mississippi. Mississippi went to Memphis.
Damn. So basically, it was like a whole King tour type of thing. Like all the places that Dr. King touched.
Was basically
and did things in, or because I'm guessing when you guys went to Atlanta, you guys went to the King house, to Dr. King's house.
Well, when we went to really, like, it was just like a lot of stops. You know, because it was a whole bus.
Oh, okay,
so,
okay.
The first stop, we went to Alabama, and we just slept in a hotel. It was a union group.
Okay.
So union groups have, like, connects with hotels,
right,
stuff like that. So we went to the hotel in Alabama. It was dope. Me and Steve, we went to after we got there late night, and we went to there's like a black owned restaurant right there. So we're like, oh shit, like, let's check this out. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. Ate over there. Talked to the Alabama folks.
Do you remember the name of the place?
Oh damn, I can't remember the place right now, man. It was a wing spot.
True.
It was a wing spot.
True.
So
a wing spot.
Yeah, it was
Alabama?
a wing spot.
You know that shit's fire.
It was fire, man. Like,
fire. Fuego.
And you know what I'm saying? The next day, we went from Alabama to we went to Mississippi. And, like, it was like some fancy, like, it was like in the middle of nowhere, though. It was like a casino hotel, like, dope. Like, I felt like I was like some hip hop star or something. Like, we had like the dopest views of like the whole area. And Mississippi and Memphis is like really close, like where we're at.
True.
So the next day we went to Memphis. We went to the Lorraine Motel, which is where Dr. King was, assassinated at. And we went to inside. They turned the motel into a civil rights museum.
Oh, so wow. The entire motel
is now a museum.
Huh.
So you go in there.
Sorry to interrupt. Now, did they keep the are the rooms still intact? Like, did they preserve the hotel and like build a space around it, or did they convert the hotel itself into a?
They preserved room 306, which is where he was at.
So is that the only room that's been kept?
Everything else is just like a museum. So you walk in. It's like, it starts off with like the like the slave trade. So you see in like the artifacts of the slave trade, things like that. And you go in, and then it goes into like the 1900s. So like the whole Garvey movement, Booker T. Washington, and then you go in a little bit more. It goes to like the freedom rides.
Wow, so they really did work.
That's right, the entire history.
They have like replicas of like the bus that the college kids were doing at that time, like the freedom rides when they got beaten and stuff like that.
Right.
And you actually get to go inside the bus and like feel how they feel, like, and then like it's like it's like a white guy in the front, like it's like a statue, but they have like a mic attached to him, and he's like saying like, "Hey, get to the back of the bus, get to the back of the bus."
Get the fuck real?
Yeah, like it's just real.
That's crazy,
it's like real crazy.
See, they need to send out the newer generation there.
Yeah,
that would be very informative.
Like, that museum was dope, and
they're doing that shit.
As you go on more, it's like they go into you have like a part for the Black Panther Party. It goes like in time.
Nice. So, okay, so it follows chronologically.
Chronologically, and then it goes to like with Dr. King, and it ends like
a bunch of nerds just heard Black Panther. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, we talking about the 1966 Huey Newton, Bobby Seale. You know what I'm saying? Lil Bobby Hutton, Black Panther
way
Party.
before Wakanda.
Yeah, you know, so.
Well, actually, they were both because of
Black Panther come out?
Black Panther comic came out a little bit before.
Did it?
Yeah, was it? A little bit before the Panther Party.
Well, it was. Well, yeah, but what do you call it? Inspired by the legend goes at least that inspired by Bobby Seale and Huey P's his mentionings in the newspapers and in television. Stan Lee. Already being successful with the XMen, and he, mind you, it's funny that we were talking about Dr. King because he based the XMen off of the civil rights movement.
Professor X, yeah.
You know, Professor X and Magneto. That's Malcolm. Dr. King and Malcolm. So.
I actually got in an argument with a couple of years back. I got into an argument with a guy who was like kind of racist at Tate's, and he was like, you know, you'll never see like a prominent black man other than Bishop. You remember Bishop from X-Men?
Yeah, I remember Bishop.
And like he was really the only black guy on the show. Unless you consider, I always thought that
Storm.
what's his name will be
Storm's from
a
Africa.
black man, a black man.
Oh, a black dude.
But I always thought that what was that guy's name? Apocalypse. I always thought he to me was a black man.
Yeah, he was.
To me, he was a black man.
Technically, he was. He's from Egypt.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
He's Egyptian.
But I remember getting an argument with him, and like the fact that he didn't know the history of how some certain characters were born. I was like, do you not know that Professor X is based off of Dr. Martin Luther King? He's like, what the fuck? They would never do that.
I bet you probably.
They would never.
I bet you probably agree with their struggle too, the X-Men struggle.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's
do
what
you,
always trips
that's
me
the
out.
one. That's the one thing I always tell people. Like when I got into the argument with him, I was like, do you not see the similar?
The correlation that they have between
X-Men
the two of them
and how people were in the civil rights movement. Like
They were based on. That's what they were based on.
that's what you call blind.
But not to go off on the tangent here, but 66 when the Black Panther Party is formed, Stan Lee finally pulls the trigger and actually creates Black Panther the superhero. It's literally because of it's a direct reason why. It's like the Black Panther Party was created. I'm gonna create a black superhero named him Black Panther.
I heard Stan Lee got a lot of death threats because of that.
Oh yes,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Very much so.
You know,
Very much so.
I saw an interview where he talked about it, like when they first, like when he was bringing up the idea to people,
Yeah,
within
like
his group, they were like, "Are you fucking out of your mind? Like,
Yeah.
I just
what the
wanted.
fuck are you trying to start?"
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on real quick though, like at the Lorraine Motel.
Yeah, yes,
Like when
yes,
you go,
let's
when
go
it
over.
concludes when you go to room 306. So it's like a glass window, so you can't go inside the room.
True.
Yeah, because
But you can see like the bed is still like halfway unkept. They still had like some of the cigarette butts in the ashtray, and everything was still there, basically like how Dr. King left it. You know, when he went before he went to the balcony and
right and got shot.
and got
What
shot.
was this your phone?
So when you go see and you could like walk out and you could see the balcony and like
Right.
just seeing the balcony and like they being like steps away from like this is where he died at 50 years ago was just very surreal. And on the other side of the street,
Yeah, it must be. I mean, like Martin Luther King stood on this spot
yeah, where he died at.
where
and
I'm
you're,
at
and you're
right
actually
now.
there
And
where
you're
he
right
died
there.
at.
And you're right there.
And you know what's crazy is like on the other side of the street is like it's another museum, but like this museum is basically about what's the name of the guy? He had three names that killed
Lee Harvey Oswald? Not Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald?
Lee Harvey Oswald killed John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, that's
He
John F.
killed
Kennedy.
John
There's
F.
a guy
Kennedy
with
and
three
Martin
names.
Luther King, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah,
what a
I mean,
conspiracy!
It was
He was
what's
very
the guy
ambitious.
name?
Serve just started a conspiracy. I
Mark
bet
David Chapman killed John Lennon.
John
Right.
Lennon, right?
Wasn't
it
Jack? The person that
was it
killed
Jack
Dr.
Earl
King.
Haley? No, not Jack
Can you
Earl
bring it
Haley.
up? Who killed Martin
Yeah,
Luther King?
this ain't the person who killed Dr.
Martin Luther
King.
Yeah.
But like that museum's about him.
How are we not remembering?
So like, well, like it's about like the whole death, like the conspiracies, everything surrounding.
Well, that makes sense because if the hotel wanted to really preserve that moment in time,
James Earl Ray,
James
Earl Ray.
if they wanted
Okay.
to preserve that time,
Yeah.
then you have to preserve that side too.
And like,
so why not
even,
make
like,
it?
where they say like where like.
But like
he shot the where he had the sniper. Like there's like an area in that hotel when you go up, it's like that's where they say like where he was at, so like, you could like go and like see the glass window and look and see the perspective where he was at, like how.
Can you click on his Wikipedia? I'm just curious to know what type of weapon was used.
I know it was I think it was a buck.
Right there, the
Pump
assassination
action.
of Martin Luther King.
Yeah, so
It was a pump action that he used.
Like a what is it? A bolt action.
Oh, a bolt action.
Yeah.
Remington
rifle.
was
Yeah,
it?
a Remington. So yeah.
So
Just
you know,
it's your typical hunting rifle.
No, I know. I know my rifles, bro. I know.
but yeah, it was just like a real dope experience, man. Like just go out there to the 50th anniversary. Actually, speaking of NBC6, I ran into Juwan Strader. It was pretty crazy. Like we got interviewed again.
Shout out to Juwan Strader.
Shout out to Juwan Strader. They had a concert too where Common was there. Bernie Sanders was speaking for a little bit. A few other.
Did you get to meet Bernie at all?
I only saw him from the distance, from
a
like
distance.
80, 100 feet.
True.
So like when Juwan Strader interviewed me, it was pretty crazy because like he actually identified me. He was like, "Yeah, you're the guy that from the Dania Beach."
Oh, so
the
he
Black
remembered.
He remembered me.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like I was like, "Oh snap!" Like I was just like walking. I was trying to find like one of those stalls to go take a piss, and then I was like, "Dang!" And he was pulling. I'm like, "Dang, I gotta hold this." And then like you just talk
Shit.
and everything, and like he gave me props, man. Like it was real dope to see that. Like Juwan Strader from NBC6 Miami recognized you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty dope.
I mean,
you know?
well, now he knows he held you up for a piss.
Yeah, now he knows. Man.
Now he
My bad,
knows,
my
yeah.
bad,
Now he's
Strader.
like,
It's
now he's
all
like,
good, man. It's
damn,
all
bro, if
good.
I need to piss all the way to
that's why he kept shuffling back and forth.
I was
Okay,
wondering
that
why
makes
he was so
sense.
fidgety.
Yeah. So
He was such in a rush.
yeah, like that was pretty cool, man. You know, it was just a pretty cool experience just seeing like all these different cities. You know what I'm saying? Seeing all these different cities and then just like living like a boss for a bit. You know, it was like
Right.
real dope. Like just living like a boss for a bit in like different hotels, like all these dope views and everything. So yeah,
So
man.
is that
Wow.
how it happened? Did Martin Luther King come out of the hotel room with his people and
yeah.
they just shot him? As soon
Yeah,
as
so
he
the
stood
story
still?
goes is he came out. Was it he came outside to smoke a cigarette or something like that?
I'm not even too sure. Like there's all kind of conspiracies about that too. You know.
There's a conspiracy. There's the big conspiracy right now that's going on. I want to ask you about this.
Wait, can you go back up real quick,
The,
Wilmo?
the
I want to see
conspiracy
the
of,
I want to see the James Earl Ray picture.
He looks like any other white man out there.
I mean, you look at this dude. I mean,
That was the traditional.
even by
look.
no, even by 1968 standards, that motherfucker looks disturbed. Severely
Look at that
disturbed.
haircut.
That haircut screams.
It's so funny how you analyze people by haircut. Like if they're fucked up haircut, you're like, yo, you're a fucked up person.
Yeah,
Fuck out of here. You're a psycho.
yeah, serious. I mean, come on, bro. Look at him. He's got a military haircut.
Remember when people with dreads would be known as, oh, that dude is either a Rastafarian or he just smokes a bunch of weed.
Yeah,
but
it's
now a lot
criminal.
of people's like, he must be knowledgeable. Yeah, it's so crazy how they like. It's just the way your hair and it changes over years.
Yeah.
Like if you have an afro now you're known as a thug.
Perception.
But like during the time Ben Wallace was around, afros was the coolest thing.
Yeah, it was lit. You know. And then like even like going back to the 70s, it was like some player type stuff.
Oh yeah, because that's when disco came out,
Yes.
and you know that's when having a fro was the shit.
Now,
So crazy. how
now
fucking
is that
time
the perspective that you were talking about? Like as far as where you get to stand on?
Yeah, but it's like they don't like switch everything around to honor like that whole street, that whole strip.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like
Now,
downtown.
how far away was James Earl Haley when he shot?
It looks like.
Oh, I don't know like the exact
He looks
feet
like.
and
Can
distance.
you go back to that picture? Can you go back up?
Hold on, I'm trying to look for the distance.
He had to have been at least 200 miles away.
For the
200
people,
miles.
we're
200
looking.
miles, 200 yards.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
looking.
definitely.
We're looking at a website, historicalfirearms.info, for the information. If you guys want to jump on that,
Can you go down?
it's from a Tumblr post.
Right here. Yeah, that.
I mean, look at that. Look at
Show me
that.
this one. No, I mean go up.
I mean, when you look
Yeah,
at that
he-
perspective from there, that's
No,
that's
to be
200
honest, that
yards.
looks like-
That's 200
That's
yards.
scoped in though. Like
That has to
scope.
be at least 100 yards.
That's what I'm saying. That's
because
200
This
yards.
is the beginning of the hotel.
I can believe that. That's 200
You know what
yards
I mean?
from a nice perspective. Yeah, from if you get a
If
high
he's
enough perch,
here, that's what you're seeing here.
you got to say it into the mic, bro.
What you're seeing on the left side of that, then go up. That's that little part right there.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
he
yeah.
might not be that far.
yeah.
it wasn't
200
that far
yards.
from like when from like the museum perspective. It
200
wasn't
yards
right,
is the
that
size of
far.
two football fields.
Mm-hmm.
That's not that far.
Yeah.
That is not that far.
But there's all kind of conspiracy theories about Dr. King's death. Like there's the theory that of course like what was his name, Jesse Jackson was involved. There's a theory that
Can you refresh my memory on that one? It was what that he was because Jesse was trying to run for president or something like that. Even
I
back
think Jesse
then,
ran for president in the 80s.
What?
I know he ran for president in the 80s.
Yeah.
That's why he
I'm
created
sorry, I
the
don't
Rainbow
really know my
Coalition.
history. You're telling me Jesse Jackson ran for
Yeah, he ran for
president?
president
In the 80s, yeah.
80s.
Get the fuck.
Yeah, why do you think the Rainbow Coalition exists?
Yeah, and the
Oh,
Rainbow
shit.
Coalition was after Fred Hampton too. By the way,
Yeah.
it was
all
it
because
wasn't
Jesse ran
Jackson.
for president?
Yeah,
So yeah, they say it was one theory is that Jesse Jackson did it. Another theory was it was a Dick Gregory speech, and it actually pulled a video clip of one of Dr. King's supposed friends, and he was talking about how he basically did like a wave or something like that, just so that the person can get a clear shot. Like there's actually like video footage of him saying that, and there's also different theories about like to make sure it's Dr. King. Because I don't think he had a tie, but I think everyone else had a tie. It's all kind of different conspiracy theories. Then there's COINTELPRO with J. Edgar Hoover.
The biggest one that's going on now is the one that they're saying it wasn't a white man that killed him. It was a black man, and they framed a white man.
No telling.
To me, it makes no sense. Why would they make it another black man? If they were trying to incite, which the biggest thing is they want to incite a war. Mm-hmm. Then why would it be a black man? That to me, that new conspiracy just doesn't make any sense. I don't know why.
But during that time, though, like, you had COINTELPRO, like, a lot of our own people were doing these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fred Hampton, you know, even though the police killed him, his own bodyguard was an agent, and his own bodyguard was the one that put the what's it? I forgot, some kind of sleeping pill.
Yep.
In the cup for him to drink, and which made him, you know, be non-responsive when the cops came. Same as with Malcolm X. You know, Malcolm X was killed by his own people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I seriously think at this point,
is that one pretty much like proven that it was the nation that was behind it?
Oh man, like.
And what is it? What was his? What was the leader's name of the time?
Talking about Elijah Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad. Yes.
Well, I think with Malcolm's situation, I feel as if there were, like, the nation was infiltrated already, and I feel as if, like, they were doing the dirty work for higher ups. That's just what I tend to feel.
True.
So I do feel as if, like there is some guilt on their half, but at the end of the day, you know, I feel as if it's like it was higher ups that were involved in that situation.
See, you can do shit like that back in the day.
I mean,
can you imagine somebody doing that now?
Can you look up COINTELPRO?
You mean like COINTELPRO?
Can you imagine somebody if, let's say, give me a prominent black speaker now?
Oh, and ain't none of them really prominent.
Give me, okay, let's say that you have a very good point. Trying to think of a guy. Let me put it in reverse. Let's say Anderson Cooper, somebody who's well respected, was giving a speech, and people who did not agree with him went in and just shot him up, and no one did nothing. That would never happen now.
Yeah.
You think, and no one would do nothing?
Yeah.
No, bro. Somebody's shooting somebody. People got way too much guns now.
No.
I mean, did you hear about? It's actually a friend of mine. Did you hear about the story of Darren Seals? Darren Seals. You actually look it up on DARREN space Seals. He was an activist in Ferguson, and basically it was like one late morning. They found him in his car. His car was on fire. He had a bullet in his head.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Darren Seals right there.
I heard about that.
So, you know, like, yeah, like, it's like,
I was shocked when I was like, is such a hit. They're not even covering it up anymore.
And there was like bullets, there was like shells at the scene, everything, you know?
They don't cover shit up. Do you remember that guy who came out with WikiLeaks about, what's her name? Hillary Clinton, and about all the shit she was like doing in the African countries and in Germany and with Russia.
What are you talking about, Benghazi?
No, not fuck Benghazi. That's straight as right wing, just making up shit. Benghazi was straight up right wing, making up shit. But no, this is something that like that everybody has been going after her in the election. It was like, oh, she has all these companies she makes money off that, you know, they don't help anybody. They're just making money off people's deaths. You know what I mean? Like some crazy shit. And this guy actually had some dirt and put it on WikiLeaks. So they ended up finding him in his car with a gunshot in his mouth. Right? But it was like, you knew it was a hit. And it was the type of hit wasn't like they were trying to shut him up. It was like, if anybody else talks.
Yeah, it was like, let it be known.
This is
same
what's
thing
gonna
like
happen
that in Ferguson. It was a lot of activists and witnesses in the Mike Brown situation. A few of them actually died, like how Darren Seals died, with, you know, it found in the car, lit on fire, stuff like that. And,
you know, as much as, you know, I am the biggest cynic that you could, you know, one of the biggest cynics you could possibly meet, but, you know, with especially considering it, if you look at it at the time, Ferguson being such a hot button issue at the time when it came up, you know, I wouldn't put it past it that it was the government, but I don't think it was the federal government.
I believe the cops did it.
No, I think the local government,
police department. There was a Facebook Live video where he was being pulled over like 2 weeks before, you know, that situation happened, 2-3 weeks before, and then he was basically talking about like the cops were like, oh, they know what you're saying on Facebook, and they basically said like, just, you know, pay attention to your enemies, and then that was it. And then like 3
That was
weeks
the last
later,
thing.
that was, you know what I'm saying, they found him in his car, lit on fire and everything.
There was a story out in Missouri about it. Was it Missouri? I don't remember, but
Yeah.
it was the YouTube guy where he was putting up YouTube videos of police taking out his home. What he did is he found a connection between police stopping minorities of the Black community and Latino community outside of their zone because it would be more money. So they take their tag and they follow them all the way into the point where they leave the more low income neighborhoods. Because when you get a ticket there, it's like 150. But if you get a ticket in like a suburb, it's like 200, 300 in their state. So he found that out and he exposed them. He went to like the news station and like they played it. So ever since then, he started feeling like he was getting watched. So he put up cameras everywhere in his home, and he started recording the most bizarre shit. Police would be showing up in the middle of the night, just looking at his house. And then the craziest thing is that he had videotape of a van pulling up, staying there for about 2 hours, and then for a quick second the door opened and it was 2 police officers with some like big ass rig with a camera, and what people think it was it's able to see heat signatures within the hole to see if anybody's there. Because what ended up happening, he put up a post saying, I think they're gonna come and get me tonight. Anybody with a gun, come stay with me. And like no one responded, and he's like, and he put another post where he said, if I end up dead, just know that it was this police department that did it. The next day, they found out that he was stabbed 18 times. That was the first report. Second report they put out, like, no, he wasn't stabbed. He killed himself with a gun, and then he lit the house on fire.
On some Gary Webb type.
So like, but then you see everything he put. They didn't know he was posting this shit. It would automatically post on its own. So he sent all the information to like CBS and shit.
What's his name? I gotta look that up.
Well, you see,
I
if
forgot
anything,
his name. It was I had just read about it through Reddit because people were. I joined this thing where it's called Conspiracies, and somebody had put that information up. So I was like, that sounds really crazy. Let me see that. And when I actually saw it, I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. This doesn't even look like a conspiracy. This looks like it's true. Like, put up who was a white guy, dude.
that narrows it down.
Because if you there's not a lot of white people that get conspiracies like this.
Really?
About police?
I think this is strictly this is like a white, as far as conspiracy theories and the police, I think this is like a strictly white
I've
endeavor.
never heard of a conspiracy about the
I think that's what the kids call
police
white
trying to
people
kill
shit.
a white guy.
You know what I'm saying? Like 9 times out of 10, the crazy
not a white
conspiracy
guy problem.
dude is
This
a
is
white.
the
Granted, yes, but you know, I mean, can you go back to the COINTELPRO tab real quick? You know, everybody, I mean, the counterintelligence program, better known as COINTELPRO, like from 1956 to 1971 technically is when it ran under the name COINTELPRO. But from 1971 to this very second right now, we've been being monitored since then. We just do it voluntarily.
Yeah, it's easier.
I mean, no,
You know what I'm saying?
we know now it's on a whole different level after the Patriot
You know,
Act.
here's 88 random things you know about me, and I nominate Emmanuel George to do the same thing, and we've all just willingly just given up everything up to to them, quote unquote, you know, and for especially now the fact that people are surprised that the government is that they found out, under Obama, the Spygate and all that shit, that all broke under Obama. And everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe that the government would sit here and invade my privacy. I'm like, it's the U.S. fucking government. Yes.
Well,
that's
this
standard
is the thing.
That's Tuesday, motherfucker.
This is the thing. When it comes to people, and I'm gonna speak as honestly as I can. The people that say, well, I'm not doing anything wrong, so I don't mind them.
They are part of the
this.
fucking problem, and they weaken us as a species.
Yes, they do. Did you just quote Joe Rogan?
No.
Because that's exactly what he said.
No.
Yeah, they're a part of the problem. Like, if you don't see that there's a problem with us getting our phones tapped for no fucking reason just to find out if we're doing something, like, no, that's not real freedom.
I mean,
I'm sorry
like
to tell you, that's
the
not.
creepiness with what's been happening with Facebook. Do you understand to the level of detail that Facebook was tracking your movements? Every time you would see an ad you would scroll past an ad, your camera would activate and take a picture of your face. And then that picture gets sent into their servers, which gets put through an algorithm that through facial recognition acknowledges whether this person was really excited to see this ad, didn't care to see this ad, hated this ad. You know what I'm saying? Literally to that level of detail. Oh, he seems to be happier when he sees ads for sneakers. So then all of a sudden you just start to see sneaker ads just out the yin yang on your time feed.
Okay.
You know,
we know what you watch.
Well, yeah, like that's what you know what I'm saying. Like it's creepy when your eBay watch list starts to just show up on your Facebook and Twitter feed. And I remember when that started happening, and I thought I put it on me first. I'm like, I'm fucking bugging.
Everybody
There's no
did.
way.
Everybody
That's
did.
you were like, dang, like I was just thinking about or posting something about some food, like some or like a restaurant, and now you see the restaurant pop up. But like it's been going on.
That happened to me on my job because my job does a lot of advertisement, and when I joined it, automatically I started seeing it on my Facebook, and I'm like, what in the fuck? Like,
it's been happening since. I mean,
and
they say they're not
happening since like the Garvey movement. You know, like
since
they say they're not able to do it.
Yeah.
Did you see that shit with the Mark Zuckerberg on Capitol Hill?
I was watching a little bit of it, you know what I'm saying, but like I didn't really get to go to
that shit was
full
so
detail
scary
of
to watch, bro.
I can only imagine
just
that.
for the fact
because even like this conversation right now, is like,
we're on a list right now. We're all on a list right now.
It was so bad because it was like it's either he's woefully ignorant or he really doesn't know what the fuck is going on with the company. And I understand Facebook is a very big company. It used to be just where you would post, you're gonna go to your aunt and you're gonna take pictures, and now it's
spaghetti for dinner tonight again, guys. Yeah,
it's become this big political,
it's toppled government
where people go and they battle and debate. You know what I mean? And like when they were talking about the Russian stuff that was going into Facebook and they were using it, and he's just like, well, we have no knowledge of this or this, and I'm like, how do you not have knowledge of your own company and what they do?
Oh, it's very easy.
So
bro.
You're now telling me that you're not a genius, you're just some dumbass that has a fucking website?
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it really was when it comes to the beginning of Facebook. It was other people's like minds that he just basically co-opted.
Yeah,
there's a lot of this throughout the entire. I'm sorry, Senator, I cannot recall. Just a lot of that. I'm sorry, I cannot recall that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Oh, he wasn't even doing that. He was answering the questions, but the questions were just like, "Oh, I don't even know they do that." Be like, do you not know that your shit has FaceTime? Face what? I don't know what that is. I got my face. Like,
yeah, I'm not even surprised, man. Like, especially like when you do like a lot of community based things, like even I myself having to learn, like, you know, so I got to be careful, like stuff that I post, just in general.
I'm not trying to be funny, but has there been any sort of negative? Have you received any sort of negative, anything from people?
I'm sure he has.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know,
I mean,
just as far as other than just trolling for the sake of like.
I can speak on that most definitely.
You know, even at your level, you know what I'm saying, with just helping out the local community here. Have you seen any sort of backlash?
I could speak on an incident. One of my friends, like when I started doing community based work, with Roots Collective, we're affiliated with people like Dream Defenders and other social justice organizations, and there was someone who was affiliated with the CIA. They were like, we know Emmanuel George, like we know James Mungeon, we know, like they were naming our names, and they was just like, okay, well, damn. And there's been other incidents where people be like, like Emmanuel, we know you, who you are, what you do, this and that. And I'm not even trying to say this to be cryptic or like scary or nothing like that. It's just like,
but like
there's been
boys.
situations where like, I know what you do, like they know what stuff you're doing. Like, it's easier now with COINTELPRO because what makes it so much easier now, because back then with
we carry the beacon, we carry the receiver
exactly. They had to like print out documents.
We wired ourselves,
like when Malcolm X, after he died, there's like 100,000 or 10,000 pages of documents of like stuff on him.
Yeah.
So nowadays, how easy you think it is now with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
we do it
Snapchat.
We do it for them.
Duh.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but like when J. Edgar Hoover figured out that knowledge is power, bro, like, to I could only imagine the fact that you've only had. How many times would you say that this has happened?
About 2 or 3. About 2 or 3 times.
And this is within the span of how much time now? Because you've been doing active now.
About going on 4 years.
4 years now, and this is already that's almost once a year.
Damn near, and it's damn near getting even like bigger now. Like when you're doing things like fighting gentrification, like like now you're going at developers, multi-billionaires, and like you're a recognized face. So like even like things on like social media, like I don't post everything that I do social media. Like now it's like I got to play it smart and like let me just share some. What's your top 10 video games? Like stuff like
right,
like,
just content,
like little content.
Right.
Get some Russian people out here be like, no, he's just looking at games.
Yeah, but dude, like, it's crazy. Something as simple as a geotag can like kill you now. Can get you killed. You know what I mean? And for what? All you're trying to do is just help.
Anything. You got to be careful, man. Like, what I'm saying? Like, those like tuning in, listening, or who's going to hear this.
Service just be
what careful.
What the fuck
like,
is going on?
When you're doing community-based work, just like, what I'm saying? Like, just don't post all your information. Just be smart about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like a book, and they made it into a movie, The Spook Who Sat by the Door. I'm not sure if you ever heard about that.
No.
The Spook Who Sat by the Door. It was actually banned for a little bit. It's on YouTube. You can actually watch it.
The Spook Who Sat by the Door.
Sat by the Door was basically about the CIA. They were trying to get like a special super black person to like infiltrate the black community during the Black Power movement.
Okay.
And so it was basically like they got like 100,000. They had like 100,000 black men they were trying to find one. So that 100,000 went to like 10,000. That 10,000 went to like 1,000. That 1,000 went to 100. That 100 went to 10. And then that 10 went to 1. And it was the guy.
You see the name, the info. It's a former CIA agent.
Exactly.
Organizes black teenagers into well-trained guerrilla bands bent on overthrowing the
government. And that's what he was doing. He was chosen to be like this FBI agent, and like everything they were teaching him, he was just bringing it back to young black teenagers in the inner city. So like teaching them how to grow their own food, teaching them how to shoot a gun, but don't shoot at your own people. Like,
right.
Shoot at these people who are really doing some damage to you.
Right.
All while he's being in the government, learning, like getting all this information. Cause hey, you're an agent.
And he's just relaying
it.
That's
no one's gonna watch this movie. You know why? Because they look at the Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, they look at the.
It's a 67%. I'm not watching that, Jim.
No.
Yeah, I watched that about a few
Wait, does
times,
it have
man.
a message? No.
Is it a
Just look at the title. It's Spook Who Sat by the Door. It should already capture you already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
especially because people, in today's society, they would just look at that like that is just racist. That is such a racist title, and that is a terrible depiction of African Americans in this country and all this other stuff. Like they would be they would already be mad at just the title.
Look what they do to Black Panther. That's a superhero movie.
there's no telling what else they would do.
Imagine you make one about actual like the issues between black and white people. They're fucking shit will get banned. It would never even make it to the freaking executives.
Like it's
dude who works for the executive, like you can't bring that to them, bro. They'll murder you. Like,
but like that's nutty to me when I'm a huge fan of history, so I've heard of the things of this, the government, Big Brother, attacking, young black men for one reason or another, whether it be a Fred Hampton, a Huey P., a Bobby Seale, Martin Luther King, a Malcolm X, whatever it may be, whoever it may be. It's another thing when it's somebody that I actually know.
Hey, so you looking at him right now?
You know what I mean? And it's crazy that even as something as small
we're the
as
number one at doing
as something as small as that now, as it may seem in the grand scheme to some people, for you it's very real. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because this is your home. This is where you live. This is where the people are already at. Your people are living at. So you've been saying this for a while now. You're fighting gentrification, which at this moment is rampant.
I feel that's the biggest, like one of the biggest issues in the black communities, man. Like, because it's not something that's just like specifically tied to an area. It's in DC. It's in New York. It's in Oakland.
Everywhere.
It's
Chicago.
Everywhere. Chicago. Even Atlanta is being gentrified. Like, Atlanta's like the black mecca.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's being gentrified. So like it's such a big deal. And even like today, like I was learning some information about like and what was happening in Fort Lauderdale, over by Sistrunk, and how like the Bright Line, I'm sure you're seeing the Bright Line,
right?
Yeah.
And how like there was controversy because Sistrunk only went to was only from like west of the train tracks.
Yeah.
And there was controversy because now you see Sistrunk goes to US 1 right now. Mm-hmm. So basically what was happening was that the CRA was, like they were basically trying to get more funds allocated to the northwest side of the train tracks. Mm-hmm. And then when they were pushing it for it to be more to US 1 was because, the name Sistrunk has such a negative connotation, even though it was named after a black man who was a doctor and he was delivering babies.
Right.
So when they moved Sistrunk Boulevard to US 1, you know what I'm saying? Like the CRA. So the money
who is the CRA?
It's like the Community Redistribution Agency, Community Redevelopment.
Okay.
So the CRA once everything got approved and Sistrunk now it goes to US 1. Mm-hmm. So it's east and west of the train tracks. So now the money that was supposed to be going west of the train tracks where it was a historically black community. Mm-hmm. Now, if you ever been down like that area lately, like you see how they're doing like the whole Fat Village and everything, and you see all these condos, and all these high rises and all this beautiful stuff, like from US 1 going to like the east of the train tracks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was that money that was supposed to be going out west, and now you're seeing it gentrifying the community. Because so like it's just
they're starting to bleed over into the west side.
They're starting to bleed over into the west side. So like that's just crazy. Like, dang, all this money that's supposed to go to community development for the historical side northwest of the train tracks in Sistrunk. Now, like when you're going down US 1, you make that left on 6. You see all them fancy condos, high rises. You see like the little hipster coffee shops,
right?
The yoga studios and all that.
So that money that was, because I remember reading about that in, I believe it was summer 2017, if not earlier than that. That the bill had been the motion had been passed, and some funds had been allotted to revitalize Sistrunk Boulevard. That's what the headline read. What do you call it, on the Sun Sentinel? Now, did any of the funds fall west side?
It's the west side of the train tracks. Like right now, it ain't looking too nice, man. Like there's actually in development now for condos being built on the northwest side now by Regal Trace, and then also you have like another big issue. The thing is with gentrification, like it's different in different cities. So an issue that's going on, even like I'm gonna stay neutral. Like I'm not from Fort Lauderdale, so I'm not gonna speak like I'm from there and like try to like be like the voice of Fort Lauderdale. I'm not,
right? But
like one of the things is like the YMCA that's on 14th Terrace. It's been there for ages. The YMCA on 14th Terrace, and now they're moving the YMCA. It's gonna be on Sistrunk Boulevard. Okay. It's going to be a massive YMCA. And they're building it on, which is where the Mizell Center was, which was where the Provident Hospital, where James Sistrunk and R.D. Mizell, people were. Okay. So, like, that's coming in for 2020. And that is, like, the big thing.
The YMCA.
And from that big thing right there is creating a ripple effect for... you see all them high rises and condos. You see how they're doing the Wynwood effect over in Fat Village with all the little fancy murals and the coffee shops, and the hipster
art district, the
hipster barbershops and the hipster co-working spaces and all this stuff like that. It's basically
welcome white man.
Yeah, so where you're gonna start seeing white men looking like lumberjacks. With their
can I get my espresso?
Friends of mine, basically
getting their espressos and all that. Like it's one thing that offsets all of that, and then so
is it cappuccino?
It's
cost of living is going to go up,
and like even like with Fat Village going on, with Fat Village, like that was basically damn near an accident. Like we saw the murals from because when I was talking to Al Huggins, he does like a lot of like like he curates like a lot of black artists, muralists in Broward County.
True.
Shout out to Al Huggins. Like he was telling me like how like that was like one big accident where it was like a few muralists were doing some murals over there. This is when it was all warehouses, so this was like late 90s, early 2000s or so, and they actually were getting sued. You know what I'm saying, by the person who owns that where you see Fat Village at now. They were getting sued for vandalizing.
Right.
You know when a black
that's
person
destruction of property.
Yeah, you know when a black person or a brown person does some murals, it's vandalizing.
Right.
So like,
but if Banksy does
but if Banksy does it, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? If Warhol does it, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is wow, eye opening.
Oh,
so like when this is
God.
what happened, like they were being sued. But then all these people were seeing this stuff like, yo, this is dope.
and flocking
This is
to it.
phenomenal. Like they were flocking to it, taking pictures, doing photo shoots, all this stuff. And then they were
Right.
being sued for these murals. And then they was just like, you know what? Like, shit, do all this stuff, And then that's basically where you see what's
Today.
going on now, And
So it just happened.
That's
before,
nuts.
yeah, man, art is big business, man. And I tell people all the time in Broward County, like, 2015, it was like $415 million was brought into Broward County from art. That was from murals. That was from restaurants. That was from people like sleeping in hotels,
Tourism,
like the foods, that the exhibits, all this stuff. Like they're even like working on bringing Basel more towards Broward now.
True.
So like art being all this big business, but a lot of the local artists, like they get to do some work. Don't get me wrong, like they do some murals and stuff like that. But a lot of the art is not from people. It's not people who are from here. You know, what I'm saying? People from other states, even other countries.
True.
So like they're not getting this money. And what happens is like these artists, like you take an artist from, let's say Elo's from New York, and he's paying $2,000 a month for a little bathroom size studio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
About right, in New York.
And then and he's an artist. He's a muralist. So what happens is, okay, hey, we want you to do a gig over at Wynwood or Fat Village. You're like, okay, like they fly him out. Saying he's doing some murals over in Fat Village. He don't know what Sistrunk Boulevard is.
Right.
So like he sees, okay, dang, like rent over here is on this side is like $800. Shoot, I'm paying $2,000 a month for where I'm at.
Yeah,
in
and I
New
get
York.
a wall.
And I got a wall, and there's all this art stuff popping up. Like shit, I'm gonna move over here.
Yeah,
and that's what adds. That's what becomes a part.
Snowball
gentrification.
effect. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The social aspect, because other artists follow suit. It was the same thing that was happening in Wynwood. The same thing that's happening in Fat Village. Same thing that's happening at the West Arts District in Orlando. All these art districts are popping up in black communities that were disenfranchised, and now it becomes trendy and hip. And then there's more of a higher police presence and all this stuff because they don't want the homeless people coming by the fancy art exhibits and all this other stuff.
Right.
So like gentrification is a real deal, man. Like I always tell, like, hey man, if you're not talking about gentrification and like not trying to find out some solutions to offset it or figure out something that's going on, then I honestly can't really build with you trying to do some community stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here for transformative change. Like I'm here to leave impact, legacy. You know what I'm saying? So that like things can really be grounded, and then my part of doing that is just through black creativity.
And it's funny how that topic only comes up really during hurricane season, because that's when shit's about to get wiped out. So they gotta find, like, remember how last year when the hurricane they were talking about gentrification? Like I'm like it was a new topic. Like it's just started happening. Like what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Speaking of gentrification, like even the sea level rise is another part of it too, man. Like it's another part of gentrification because.
And all these rich owners that live by the beach, oh shit, my house is gonna be gone in like a couple of years.
They're coming out west, so they're going across the train tracks. It don't really flood over there. You know what I'm saying? It don't really flood in Liberia the same way it floods over there by Hollywood Beach. Yeah. It don't really flood in Denny the same way it floods by Denny
Broward,
Beach.
how many in the past 20 years we've had maybe 3, maybe 4 hurricanes that really devastated Broward. To like a little that we had to like it took us weeks to like come back. But you live by the sea, you live by Miami, bro. Every hurricane you're gonna be like that. It don't matter.
Did you see Brickell last year?
Oh, Brickell was bad, man.
Brickell was like
downtown. I saw the video downtown Miami, and literally, so like these high rises, right? They have the ground level, like that they make, because they can't go under, but they have that level for the cars, and then it's. So the guy was in his apartment on the first floor. First floor is like on the third floor, really, and the water was up to the first floor lobby.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
not
saying?
surprised.
It's just like, oh shit, man. But
Not surprised,
I'm
man.
surprised you're right by the beach, bro.
Yeah,
you're
it's-
next to water. Like,
we got to get involved, man. You know, like I said, and my main thing is just media, man. Like I said, I thank y'all for having me on here. It's just dope, like just seeing, you know, what I'm saying young millennials, people of color, just doing some dope creative stuff, man. My vision is to see us all come together
Right.
and just create. You know what I'm saying? Like just create, whether it's film, music, art. Like let's just control the narrative, man. And,
Yeah,
you know what
seriously.
I think though, the when you touch on that, I was talking to somebody about that, and they're like, you know, I see a lot of people that are like very talented, like you. I see Serve, Ivan L for one.
oh yeah,
But you know what I think? I think the reason why some of us haven't gotten to the level we want is just because we're so saturated with fakes.
so fragmented.
So saturated with the fakes that are within our community who just try this as a trendy shit. You know what I mean? How many people have you met that just wanted to do, I want to help out because, you know, I just woke up and felt like
Yeah.
doing that now. And then they see how hard you really work in a week
Yeah.
and they're like, I'm
Yeah,
good.
it's not the
I'll give my
that-
donation to the Red Army.
The thing that annoys me the most.
The Red Army.
The Red Ribbon Army.
to the Russians.
Now we might start talking about some Dragon Ball Z, man. But yeah, like the thing that annoys me the most is like people be like, "Yo, man, Emmanuel, man, what you doing is so dope, man. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? I love it, man. It's so cool." I'm like, yeah, but come here with me. Like, let's get involved, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, man, you know, like,
I got something to do.
You know.
even something simple like going to City Hall. Like,
Game of Thrones is on.
you know, like, yeah, man, like, it just be something else, man. It just be real deal something else.
I gotta record The Walking Dead, bro.
Like, it just
Come
be
on,
so
man. There's
much.
gonna be dragons in this episode.
You know, I gotta see that chick naked.
Or they just be on social media all day. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
then
what
they
I
come-
hate. I hate that.
These social media
When they
revolutionaries.
say, "Oh man, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I had something to do," and then you see I'm just bored at home.
Yeah, these social media revolutionaries, man. And then they be the main ones talking all this conscious, you know what I'm saying, F the white man, all this other stuff. But then it's like you're not even really.
That's why I try not to like. I have a political mindset, and when I try to talk, but I'm not as active as you are by any sense. Besides just giving my thoughts, that's why I never try to go like tell somebody you should do this or this because I'm not even doing it. So like I'm
Exactly.
not gonna
Yeah.
tell you what to do.
Yeah,
I'm not doing
exactly.
it.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
I will say, well, my boy over here is doing all this shit.
Yeah.
The fuck you doing?
It's like what can you debate if someone's actually taking action?
I'm not
You know
gonna
what I'm
lie.
saying? Whether it's something that you wouldn't do or not, but they're taking action.
You can't.
Whether it's through housing, if it's through climate, racial justice, it's through media, you know, and it's just like we got to do it. Like, there's so much dope people in Broward alone. Like you got 8954 Media, Devin Pittman. You got Preemie Matthew from the Black Broward Film Project, who's like probably the dopest graphic designer. Like, you ever seen the NFL Street 4 like fan made?
Yeah.
You ever seen it with like Cam Newton? He did that.
Turn that up.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? And then like Preemie, you know Preemie Matthews.
Yeah.
Like he did that, and it was like, and like on his Facebook page, like he had like an alter ego Facebook page for like his musician page,
True.
and it had like 50,000 likes and like 40,000 shares for that NFL Street 4 fan made logo. I mean cover art for the game, and like he got so much attention from it that he had to like cancel that account for a bit, you know. So like you have like some people, and it's people from Broward, like, and then you have Ian Man, who's like one of the dopest editors. You have Cedric and Al Jackson, who are dope videographers. You have yourselves, man, on the radio tip. You know, like you have just so many dope people, man. Like Tapasio,
You know,
with the Urban
what we
Paradigm
need to
shit.
do, and I would love to do it, and I've always wanted to, is like all the best Broward
No. Yeah, it's weird.
like talent. Just go out, get out of Broward, and just spread the word.
And
Get out of Broward
Like, let's
NEW.
head to New York.
and like
Cali
showcase
and
Broward.
showcase
You know what we
Broward.
gotta do, man?
Yeah,
Like what we gotta do is like we gotta like really control the narrative. Like Vice has an office down in Miami.
go to
Do there?
images.
Vice they have a office. They have a hub in Miami.
In Miami? I didn't know that.
Is it that second picture?
That second picture right there. That
Yeah,
one.
man,
I'm
that
sure.
shit's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like he did that. When he told me he did that, I'm like, bro, I seen this like way back in the days. I didn't know, like, you know what I'm saying? And so like he did that. He also taught Denzel Curry how to rap too.
Oh shit, true.
I'm dead serious, man. He like if you,
Ben Flanagan?
If
Is
you
it-
go to
oh,
like
no.
on YouTube, like before they were famous with Denzel Curry, like you actually listen to the clip. He actually even says it. Like shout out to P. Matthew. He taught me how to rap.
right up where above it? With the Snoopy?
So,
the fuck is Cam wearing that? What the fuck?
yeah, so like Vice is in Miami. You know, so then you have like, all these other like what I call them like white owned black media outlets.
Right.
So like Vice, Complex, Noisy.
Is Complex in Miami too?
I don't think Complex Miami, but they're just in general.
I thought they were.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then you have like the Root, Griot, all these other like they push black narratives, but like the people who run it are not people who have any kind of relation to the black community.
True.
Right.
So like I've always been saying, like we really got to control the narrative. Like we like what you guys are doing, what like the videographers who I named, what I'm doing, the people who are on the creative table who are just trying to do something, the writers, the musicians. Like we got to control the narrative because Broward County is like next up. Like besides Kodak, besides Coley P and Choo Choo and Skrilla. All these people, like when they see like the music scene, that's what leads into the culture.
Yeah.
You know, just like Miami when Trick and Ross and Pitbull were coming up. You know what I'm saying? How you think all these other people started coming into the culture? They started seeing it. Like Jim Jones is always in Miami now, all the time.
I just feel like this is what. Okay, when we touch upon like Kodak Black, Coley P, and all those people, I get that they're bringing the attention to Broward, but you know what they're doing differently that Miami rappers didn't do. You know that all those Miami rappers ended up becoming businessmen?
Yeah.
What is our guys doing?
Pitbull owned like several Miami subs, grills, whatever you call them. Miami
Providing
Grill.
jobs to the community, trying
Oh,
to
yeah,
better
yeah,
what
yeah,
have our
yeah,
guys
yeah.
done?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not there yet, but we
Yeah.
got to control it before someone else does who's
Unless,
not from
yeah,
the
Right.
area.
Like
unless,
Kodak
unless
Black,
Ace is
I-
just balling on the low, I
Yeah.
don't see anything really
And
happening
Ace has
so
done
far.
his fair share.
Yeah.
But like Kodak Black, like I heard about Kodak Black doing certain things, but other than just doing his own thing and then getting arrested, you know what I mean? What has he really done for Broward? He's brought music scene, yes, but you have to provide more than that. You can't.
It's
just,
also his
you can't
circle,
provide
too.
one thing.
It's
I mean,
also
I don't
his
know.
circle.
It's I think it's with the it starts with the person.
I just feel like you owe if you're from that city and that city is the one that propelled you somewhere, you owe more to that city than just.
See, I don't agree.
He's in like Kodak's born like in like 98 or something.
Yeah,
like
I don't
that.
agree. I
it's-
don't necessarily agree with that statement.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't feel like you'd owe the city something?
No.
The city that propelled you.
See, that's the thing. It seems it depends on what you mean by that, because
Kodak got more and more popular from the support he had in Broward, and big parts to when the Breakfast Club came for that. What is that P Diddy event he has every year here?
Revolt.
When they came down and they saw him perform, and they started spreading the name more and more. But the people that got him there were his Broward supporters. He would have never gotten to the Miami thing without his Broward supporters.
No. Well, not so, I don't think it was so much because in the
Because
street.
if we're saying by talent, Ivan should be there.
In the street, yeah, but no. If we're talking in the street, though, Kodak wasn't really making noise in the street. See, that was the whole thing. It was when No Flockin' went viral that he blew up. That's what brought the attention. It wasn't him bubbling in the street.
Well, I mean,
he didn't
but
have anything playing on radio.
The point is, you feel like he doesn't owe Broward anything?
No, not necessarily. See, as far as the community, it all depends. That's what I mean. It's all with. I think it starts with the person themselves. You know, if they feel like they owe something to the community, that's on them. But as far as them having to do something to that, I don't think they should have. They should have affect some sort of positive change. Yes, but to what degree? I don't. You know, I don't think that. You know, they should be
Skeptical man
adherent.
goes,
You can look at it several ways.
You can look at it several ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, but for not to mention, you know, I mean, Kodak's how old? What, 19, 20?
Yeah, he's actually born 97.
Yeah, okay,
you know,
yeah, he's 21. Like,
how
you know what I
How
mean?
old was Trick when he got Pelvier?
Trick?
How old was
I think
Pitbull?
it's just different
Trick was-
eras, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's just a
different eras. Like
different
Nas was
time.
like 19. You know what I'm saying? Like doing his thing. Like look what Nas was rapping about at 19. It's just different era. Like you know, no offense to like late 90 babies and all that, but
Right.
you know, it's just.
No, you're
it's
right.
kinda
No,
be
different
on-
eras
yeah,
do provide different actions.
different
Yeah.
things, man. Like even like. Well, one with Kodak Black, I only started listening to him later on, so I can't even tell you much of like his roots and stuff.
Me neither.
But like, yeah, just different eras, different things, man. Like even like the Donald Glover situation, You know, like, I know like that'll
Yeah.
eventually be brought up, like the Donald Glover situation, and how like a lot of people are talking about like, oh well, you know, black male nerds weren't getting this and that. I mean, technically, it depends what era you in.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're a young black male nerd who's in the anime now, like if you're like a 20,
you're like a unicorn.
Yeah,
you're like something
you're the shit.
never.
You're cool.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
it's not
it's
even.
accepted.
Yeah, it's
Back
not,
in the day, you
Back in the
even
day,
so much
it
that
was
you're
like
back in the
unicorn.
day, anybody who liked anime was a pervert.
Yeah, back
They
in
were
the day,
labeled
if you
as a
like,
pervert. Oh, you like anime? Oh,
You like
Oh,
anime?
yeah,
you
because
were
they
just, like,
immediately
some
thought
weird
hentai.
you
weirdo.
whack off on your computer.
Yeah, they immediately thought hentai.
You know, so like if you this different eras, but it's also like how you carry yourself. Like me growing up, like I was into anime, I was into Star Trek. Like I used to watch Star Trek a lot.
You're a
when I
Trekkie?
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're a
like,
big Trekkie?
Do you speak Trekkie?
Trekkie.
Nah, not really. Man.
You mean,
I was into Star Trek from my older cousins. My older cousin
Klingon,
Alvin
you mean?
used to collect like the Star Trek figurines. I used to know about the Enterprise
Shut
E,
the
the
fuck
Klingons.
up. Are you a fan of the
Borg.
movies? Are you a fan of the new movies?
Not the new movies. I remember like the one with what's his name? What's the name of the guy that played Professor X?
Oh, Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. You know, like that.
You're a
era.
Picard guy. Are you a Picard or are
Jean-Luc
you
Picard and-
or are you what's the
Spock.
other one?
Spock.
What's Shatner's what's Shatner's
why am I forgetting his
character's
name? It's a cool ass name too. I mean, we have a fucking computer right here. Pull it up.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm. Yeah,
Fine, that's the villain.
I was trying to get into the movie because that's one of my favorite.
yeah. Like I was into all that kind of
what
stuff.
was his
growing
character's
up.
name? Shatner in
Steve Rogers?
in Star Trek? No, really, Steve Rogers.
Captain Steve Rogers.
For William Shatner.
Star Trek.
Look at him,
Yeah.
man. It's so like passionate.
Kirk.
Yeah, he's-
James T. Kirk.
James C. Kirk.
Captain
yeah, but
Kirk.
like,
Okay, so you're Captain Kirk or Captain Picard? Who?
Picard,
I know that's
man.
like the big debate with Trekkies, right?
Yeah.
Who's the better captain?
Yeah, like it's. Yeah, I say Picard, man. Like,
Picard?
It's just like what I've seen on TV, like the Star Trek, like the Deep Voyager, that name of the show. You know, like
There's
I
Deep
was-
Space Nine.
Deep Space
There's
Nine,
Star Trek
you know, like, this was- I
Voyager.
was watching stuff like that as a kid, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, even to this day, Star Trek still doesn't have like the cool points that Star Wars has. But like, you
Yeah,
know, like
that's
I was,
funny how that-
you know,
that
like
doesn't
I was
work.
into stuff like that growing up, like from Star Wars to anime, to all kind of like, you know, like video game tournaments. You know, like that was technically like my first job in like middle school. Like I was so good in Smash Brothers Melee, I used to like, you know, money match people. And I used to make money off of that, like beating kids in Smash Brothers Melee. So
That's
like,
crazy.
you know, but like at the same time, I always kept like a balance. Like I wasn't like,
Emmanuel George
like I
over
wasn't
here
like I was like on the
bullying the
nerd
kids.
tip,
Straight
but I
hustling
wasn't
on the-
too out there nerdy. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't
Right.
on like some Steve Urkel
Right,
snorting,
right.
you know, type stuff. But like I was still,
Who would you use in Smash Brothers?
Luigi. I would use Luigi.
my man just jumped right
If
into
you
that
said-
question.
I was
No
about to say,
problem.
He
yo.
said Kirby, bro.
No,
Oh my
Luigi,
God.
Marth, Roy, Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon was dope.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
that was my main people that I would use.
Which one is your favorite
Luigi
Smash
was-
Brothers?
Luigi-
No.
if
Which one is your favorite Smash Brothers?
Oh, which game? Oh, Melee, of course, man. Melee is the greatest game of all time.
Yeah, that's the GameCube.
Like Melee, like
that's the
people
GameCube
still,
one, right?
People still go to tournaments in
And
by
play
thousands and play Melee. Like last year, Evo had like 200,000 people viewing Melee.
About the Dr. Mario.
I kind of missed that GameCube controller, man. It was so
Game,
easy.
if you play Smash, if you're not playing Smash Brothers, if you're playing Smash Brothers on a non-GameCube controller, something is wrong with you. Like you got to have the GameCube controller if you're playing Smash.
See, people
like,
who say like if you play without a keyboard, you're not really playing. Which I got to some point. It's a lot faster, but other than that, I mean,
Smash was the shit, man. Like I love Smash. Like I can still play it to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like all the others, like
there's
like
people who play
64,
Smash with keyboard. That's really weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Like even like
Really
the
weird.
64 one was like dope too. Smash 64 was a classic. Of course, it opened up the floodgates.
Yeah.
Then Melee was like the quintessential. It was like
Have you
the magnum
ever
opus.
have you ever
True.
heard the theory about there was a story
Magnum
behind
opus,
the
he
whole thing,
said.
all the games?
A story?
So, yeah.
No,
It's proven.
Yeah.
So the thing goes that the creator, right? Every game is based on a stage of his life. So if you look in the first game, how it was very childlike in the beginning, that's because it's the creator as a child. And as you saw how he was playing with him. He's on his desk. In the second game, it's now it's just a theater room. It shows that he's gotten older. You know what I mean? He still has his toys up, but it's like in the distance. It's not on his desk. And by the last one, it's like it's an adult. Like he has like a trophy room.
But I gotta say honestly, man, Brawl was so trash. Like
I
Brawl
like
had
Brawl.
the whole tripping technique.
Brawl was alright for me, but it
You know what I'm
wasn't.
saying?
It was.
Like,
It wasn't my favorite.
It was trash, man. And when they did the modded like Project M version, was like phenomenal. It was dope. And then the latest one was like kind of in between Brawl and Melee. I didn't really like it too much either.
The one before the new one, I thought at that point
That was Brawl.
That was Brawl. I thought they were more into like the characters. Remember how it was just an abundance amount of characters? They had the fucking the Wii trainer as a character. Like it made no sense.
Yeah,
it was just too like.
Well, they got a new
Oh
one.
yeah,
coming
if you're
out.
gonna give me fucking characters and not better gameplay, yeah. Well.
I'm sorry, because we can't.
Got the Cremas.
You suck at it.
Yeah, man. Like they
Get better.
You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to say shout out to Miss Pierre, by the way, for the cremas that we drinking.
Yes,
Yo,
it
those
is.
were
fire.
It is delicious.
Yo,
Drinking the
shout
cremas on
out
the
to Miss
show.
Pierre.
Yes, you see it pouring
Yeah.
one up right now.
I accidentally had
Um,
it, even though I wasn't supposed to, but
yeah,
it
he's
tasted
allergic.
really good
He's
for when I did.
He's lactose intolerant.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm lactose intolerant,
But
you know, yeah.
He's the
that was-
step-headed
it was-
red child of.
That being said, though,
of
it
human
was really
race.
tasty.
Yeah, so that's it right there. Support black businesses, you know. But they're like yeah, Brawl was it was a letdown because they were trying to like they were like trying to steal out the competitive scene. That's why they added the tripping. That's why they made it more defense like.
Yep.
And then that's why they made it more floaty and stuff like that. And like I couldn't get with it. You know what I'm saying? Like how can you reward defensive players in a fighting game?
True.
Well, in a competitive.
Well, not in this
sense.
type of. Yeah, if it was like Tekken, that's different. You know,
Yeah, because like
there's where you actually like Mortal Kombat where there's actually a block
my bad.
button.
Dude.
That would make sense. But Smash is a relatively whoever can hit the most
yeah.
will win.
Smash is phenomenal, man. Like I would still play Melee. You know,
You know, I hated the
GameCube.
fact that they gave you Mewtwo and Brawl, but you had to literally leave your GameCube on for 24 hours in Melee for you to get. Did you ever know that? That was like the rumor. And
I forgot from Mewtwo how to get them.
you leave your GameCube on for 24 hours
And do
with the
what?
game in. That's it.
Yeah.
Just leave the game in, and then you'll get Mewtwo in 24
Just
hours.
running.
Just running.
You'll get it sooner or later.
How?
It just gives it to you. I think
I
it was a
don't
glitch.
remember.
It was a glitch within the game software.
itself?
Yeah, I
Shows
remember
you.
back in the days, like they had like the rumor that Sonic was in Melee and all that. It was like an April Fool's joke and all that.
Yeah.
and then they put him in Brawl. Like
That
I'm
was
just wanting to
weird.
see who they're gonna put for the next game. You know, like who they're gonna put for the next Smash Brothers.
Can you pull that up? The next Super Smash Brothers.
I was
Wii
saying
U?
they should do like they should just like start incorporating like anime like Capcom characters. and shit
They're already
like that.
They had
petitioning
Cloud
it.
in the last one.
They're petitioning it. They're petitioning to
Like
put
Goku.
Well, Cloud is still a.
Nah, Goku would be unless it was like Kid
Yeah.
Goku. I think
No,
that'd
they're
be
trying
dope.
to.
Yeah,
They're
Kid
trying.
Goku.
They're
Yeah,
trying to
I'm
get
saying.
Kid Goku in it.
Yeah,
They're
that
trying
would
to
make
get
more
him.
sense. Like I don't want no Ultra Instinct Goku just like
Why not?
It would make no
it
sense.
wouldn't make no
not?
sense.
Why not?
But like
Put
I
like
think,
Goku, Superman, and One Punch Man. In
I
them
think
shits.
I think
Goku
Crash
was
would
fine,
be.
bro,
I
but-
think Crash would be a good choice. Crash Bandicoot would be a
Would
good
they
choice.
ever? Well, they put Cloud this other.
Well, they're actually having a game coming to the Switch for Crash Bandicoot.
Do they?
Like the way you
That's
think,
good
Mr.
because
George.
really, that's the only way that
I like
game is
that
going
one.
to stay alive.
I mean, it'll be so dope. Like you having like Mario, Sonic, Crash, Pac-Man, like all in like one
that's
match.
right.
and Parappa the Rapper.
Parappa the Rapper. I think Spyro will be dope. You got to get Knuckles in there too, man. Knuckles or Shadow.
Knuckles.
Like-
Knuckles was my favorite.
Yeah, Knuckles is my
Knuckles
favorite
was my
Sonic
favorite,
character
though.
too. If I had a
Knuckles
dog,
was my
I would name him
favorite.
Knuckles. I ain't even.
He
gonna
was
lie.
so cool, man.
Knuckles was dope. You
I
know?
loved how he had like the spikes in his hand, and
And
he
he was
just
good with
looked
them
ready
hands.
to go, bro.
You know, but like, yeah, Smash is like one of those games, man. Like that one's Mario 64, NBA Street.
Isn't it crazy how Mario, the last Mario that came out, got
Odyssey.
9 out of 10? Like Mario just puts out games that it just tests the time. They have the time.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be like 70, 80 years old still.
New
like,
Mario games coming out.
A new
Even
Mario
better.
game. He's still gonna be looking the same.
It was so
age.
cool because they used like a 3D world,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just the way they did it was so like wow. No one would have ever thought of that, but because you have Mario, you got to think outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't really. It's not like a Call of Duty where it fits a certain genre.
Exactly.
I mean, Nintendo's really good at putting out great ideas. They push the envelope more than anybody, to the point where they don't mind if they even lose their fucking company. Because Wii was such a stretch against PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Because those arguably are the two. PS2 is arguably tied with Xbox 360 as the greatest consoles.
Really?
PS2 to right now, I think.
I
But
would say
there's
that.
so much support for Xbox 360.
And then also this going back like retro, like the Super Nintendo as well. You know, I would say that too.
Super Nintendo was like, when I think about it now, it's just like, I mean, just the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, XMen, Mario. Back when Mario was a 2D fucking
Mario
game.
RPG. You know, like
Mario RPG.
like you had all those, man. Like, but like when this Xbox 360, like that was up there too. Besides the Red Ring of Death, like the Xbox 360 was like damn near perfect.
Yeah, Microsoft are assholes, man.
But,
Microsoft are pieces of shit when
like,
it comes to a company.
Yeah, like
because they don't give a fuck. They'll be like, whatever, just put it out.
They completely like ruined the Halo franchise. Like, I
they
mean,
oversaturated it.
And did you see? And I just found out like the other day, like they have something that's called Halo Online. Yeah. It was like I think it was like the fans.
They got Halo. They have Halo everything.
But Halo Online was like something that the fans liked, and then Microsoft ended up like filing a lawsuit, and then they ended up shutting it down. Yeah. Because like after like Halo Online was like the perfect blend of like Halo 3 with like the later Halos. You know, like a lot of people didn't like Halo 4.
It was
didn't like Halo
5. It was around time Steam, the gaming company where you can like buy the PC games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were starting to come out, and what it meant is it was easier for creators to put shit out and license
modders, yeah.
So they made a good Halo game where people can just go on, and it was like a mashup of all the Halos. So you got like Master Chief from Halo 1, Master Chief from Halo 2, because they all have somewhat of a different design each time. It was really dope. I never got to play it because I didn't have a PC back then, but I did play it on a friend's, and the fact that Microsoft doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, bro. You got to remember, Microsoft is a computer company that are trying to make games. PlayStation is made by Sony, who they are very like games in Japan are much more like respected than it is. You know, they're more on the animation games. Like movies they do, but it doesn't compare to if a Dragon Ball Z were to come out. You know what I mean? So they're more dedicated when it comes to we want to make sure that you get the best experience with PlayStation. Because Xbox, there's like when I have I like my Xbox. I actually chose to stay with my Xbox instead of my PlayStation because I'm just finding more people. The community is a lot more active, and they have fucking mics, so it's hard to fucking find people. It's crucial, bro. I can't go into a game without knowing if the dude's with me.
Exactly.
Because I play like competitive Rainbow Six,
sarcastically,
where I gotta call out. Like it's very competitive. So I like the fact that Xbox people have mics. They rather pay the extra money to get a proper headset. But when you look at how Microsoft does business, I mean the way they did Xbox One, they were first gonna come out and they were trying to eliminate GameStop.
Yeah.
With this shit where if I have Xbox One and I have a video game and I want to let Serve borrow it.
Coded.
It's coded.
It's coded.
You
to
can
your
you can
console.
borrow it, but once you put it into the console, you have to pay $15.99.
Yeah, I think, and I honestly feels like that's what really hurt Microsoft.
The rollout.
The rollout really hurt them
it was so bad.
this generation.
I remember watching it live. It was right before E3. They were like, we're gonna have our own shit right before E3, so they do it, and like Twitter went fucking bananas. And by 11 o'clock at night, when the shit ended,
took everything away, right? Like
no. They showed Best Buy or I think GameStop showed the information on the pre-orders, and they
returns.
They said that they had over 10,000 returns from like one store in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
in like a matter of an hour.
Yeah, and that's what really hurt Microsoft, and you know like. And
PS4 is winning right now because of it.
By far. And
they won the race. They won the race because of that.
And it has me even like I've even like taken like such a break from video games and like see like even though we're talking about it like now like my Xbox One is caught so much dust right now. But like I really do want to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because I still haven't even played Fortnite.
I love my one.
And like all I'm hearing about Fortnite is like so much good things about it.
It's fun. I like PUBG. Because PUBG is more realistic, and I'm more about that.
And that's for computer, though.
No, it's on for Xbox now.
It's Xbox too?
Fortnite is on Xbox or PlayStation, but PUBG is.
They just turned it to platform.
PUBG is really cool, bro. It's
Really good mechanics.
the fact that this is a wave that's starting. This you against 100 people. and everybody's like on their own on this map, and it's 1-on-1. It's like the Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, and
Rocket Racer.
So it's not even team oriented then.
No, you can actually go up, squad up. You can go with 2 people, 3 people. Maximum is 4. So
Good.
And like if it's 4, it just means you have a better chance of winning because out of the 100 people, every 4 are dropping because it's a 4 team. If you have a 3 team, then it's a 3 team. So you can calculate. Okay, these are the like really many teams. If you're doing 4 teams on a 100 map, then that means that there's 16 teams in total. So that means you have to eliminate 15. Now, if you do solo like me, like a crazy person, you're going against 99 people. So it's a little bit harder. You'll find that the map is so big, sometimes you only encounter, like if you really are looking for people like me, I'm a fucking crazy person. I'll go in a building, you start out with nothing, and you got to find guns, backpacks, and everything. I go in one building, as soon as I get my backpack, I fucking get a gun. I'm already running in the woods like a crazy man with a gun, just looking for people, shooting in the air, like, look for me.
Damn, yeah,
Some people will camp, though. They'll find a nice shotgun, or a nice sniper, and get a building and just camp and be like, well, let me just wait.
And you create forts and stuff, too.
In Fortnite, you create forts. Fortnite is, think of PUBG as being the realistic version, as NBA 2K, and Fortnite is NBA Live, the arcade-ish version.
Jeez, damn. I see most of my friends be on Fortnite.
Fortnite is it's because it's so fucking crazy with the weapons. It's the same thing as PUBG.
Like the things that happen within the game.
And I heard that they put Thanos in there like recently too.
Well, they put it the Infinity Gauntlet.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
You could use the Infinity Gauntlet as a weapon.
So yeah, you're snapping fingers.
No, Fortnite.
So you like snapping fingers and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can snap fingers and like eliminate people in the fucking like.
Oh, wouldn't it be great if every time you do that, Lil Jon starts playing? Snap your fingers, do your stare.
Fortnite will probably do some shit like that.
I wouldn't be surprised, but like, yeah, man,
they have that fucking dance in Fortnite.
So like, speaking of Thanos, is it okay to like talk about?
Has everybody seen Infinity War?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Look at that shit.
That's
That's
I've seen
funny.
it. I haven't seen it in theaters. I'm gonna be honest.
My
with
man
you.
caught the bootleg. Yo.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, yeah, man. Like, I seen it online.
Hit the DVD, man.
You know, like the day, the day after it was released, but like it was a real dope film. But like I said, we can talk about spoilers, right? So like,
yes,
all right. So
all right.
At this point, spoiler free.
Yeah,
spoiler
at this
free.
point, if you haven't seen Avengers,
if you at this point from we'll let y'all know. I'll try to make a point of it of time coding it here, but from here on out, we're just gonna spoil the shit
right now, as you're saying.
We're gonna spoil the shit out of Infinity War.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil it, man. So like,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, like my thing is like everyone
Did you
was
cry?
like, nah, I didn't cry. I'm like,
oh come
here's
on,
here's my reason
you
why.
soulless man.
Here's my reason why I didn't cry. Why I was mad about like, oh dang, they done killed so and so all these people. Cause like one, you can actually see that. Okay, well they're gonna do a Spider-Man 2.
See here,
so like
same thing. Yeah,
all right, so like why would I be?
That's
You know, they're already gonna be doing a Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
So like, why would I feel some kind of way about it? And then like, you know, just seeing how the ending credits of Captain Marvel. You know, and her film was gonna take place. Her film was gonna take place in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And Ant-Man isn't in there, so Ant-Man is gonna play another integral part into what's happening. So like they're gonna come back regardless.
And we're getting Wasp too.
And we're getting Wasp. So it's gonna be separate movies.
No.
Ant-Man and Wasp. Yeah, okay.
That's what the next movie's called.
So like, and that comes out when again?
That is, I want to say,
like a month or two.
Yes, third or fourth quarter.
Okay, so like end of like July, August. Okay, so like yeah, like that's why I was just like, I mean, I wasn't really tripping about it, but Thanos was dope, man. Like
Josh Brolin was amazing in that role.
Like he was like on some, but like here's my thing I wanted to talk about. Like, so Thanos basically wants to like cut everything in half. You know,
kill half of the
universe to have more resources and everything.
No, he wants to. Well, so far they haven't revealed his full intent.
No, that's his full intent.
If they focus it the way they're supposed to, it's he needs to clear out half the universe to open up resources and to also appease death.
Yeah,
itself.
That's who he's in love with.
I don't think, but that's the comic book version.
No. Because he's.
I think he's doing it because for the simple fact that he feels the same way that he wanted to do in Titan, his home planet.
Yeah.
wanted to wipe out half of the population, be it famous people, rich people, didn't matter, and then the other half would be able to, because he did it to Gamora's planet, and remember he said, your planet, your species are thriving now. They go to bed with full bellies. And it was just a small sacrifice that he's the only one that
But couldn't he just, like, get the Infinity Gauntlet and then just, like, wish for more resources? Like, that's something that I just always wanted to, like, try to figure out.
He could, but I don't think that's how he's thinking, though. I think the way of thinking is, I gotta kill everybody.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, okay, like, dang, like, you know, he done killed so-and-so, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and all this. But they're gonna come back, you know, like, end of the day. Like, they're gonna come back. And, you know, they already have, like, things signed off to, like, 2025. And then it's, like, the whole Fox thing is, like, still being finalized, I believe. And, you know, like, that's going to be end up coming in. So, I mean, I just wanted to see who's going to be the next main villain after Thor. I mean, after Thanos. Is it going to be Galactus?
Well, they say there's a lot of predictions because of the way the contracts are that Tony Stark and Captain America are probably going to die in the next one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And
he almost did.
Because this is...
I feel like he's going to, like, retire.
Well, this is the thing. The MCU, they said, is going to continue as the universe, right? As the MCU universe. And it's just going to be these people, the new people. Like, if you notice, all the OGs survived.
Yeah, all the original OGs survived. All the other new ones got swept
because
away.
they all play a part, you know? Like, for Black Widow, she
What are you talking about? Captain died.
Captain didn't die.
Captain didn't die?
Captain America did not die.
He got punched in the face.
Got punched. He wasn't the one. The people
right.
who died were Bucky, Groot,
Black Panther.
Vision. Well, Vision, we don't know, to be honest.
Doctor Strange died, too.
Doctor Strange died, Spider-Man, all the Guardians of the
Black
Galaxy
Panther.
except Rocket.
Including Mantis, too?
Mantis died, too. Mantis was one of the ones that paired. The people we know are dead for sure. Heimdall.
Loki.
Loki's dead for sure.
Yeah.
Gamora is dead for sure. Well, they say she might be in the Soul Stone.
That's what they say. They're all in Black Panther. All of them.
They're all in the Soul Stone because they say what the thing was. The Gauntlet didn't use.
There's a mini world within the Soul Stone.
They said that the Gauntlet didn't use all the stones. What it used was the Reality Stone and the Soul Stone. And what it did is it transferred them to a reality where everybody got sucked into the Soul Stone. And that's where everybody is. Because if you remember, in the comics, Adam Warlock was able to come in and out of the Soul universe in the comics when it was the Soul Gem. So they just, I mean, Adam's not going to fucking show up. You never know.
For one thing, what I really loved about the movie, and if did you see Ragnarok? So remember at the end of Ragnarok, it shows he meets what do you call it? Is it he's on the ship or whatever, and they encounter that big
Thanos.
Asgardian ship.
That wasn't
And then it ends.
That wasn't an Asgardian ship. That was Thanos' ship.
No. That was the Asgardian ship. Then in Infinity War, it starts as soon as you see the head, the 10-year thing. It goes immediately to that same exact ship, but now it's all destroyed. You know, so as far as the timeline goes, this happened within, you know, an hour of each other at the very least. You know, minutes from each other.
They say that Valkyrie and Krog survived because if you listen to Krog, the dude, the stone dude,
Korg.
Hi,
I'm Korg.
Hey, this is Mantis. I forgot what the little buddy was.
Hey.
Oh no, he's dead. Oh no, he's alive. He's alive.
Oh no, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, he was a star of this show.
He stole that fucking scene.
But
as soon as he just came in, hi, I'm Korg. I'm like, shut the fuck up. They got this dude to voice him. That's great.
I love how he introduces. Yeah, this is what's buddy's name with the scissors? He's like, yeah, he has hands for scissors unless you're scared of like scissors. You know?
Yeah, so unless you're scared. Yeah. Unless you're scared of scissors.
But when they say that him and Valkyrie made it out alive, and they took half of the Asgardians because they're not there. You don't see them at all, so.
Right?
But like, who do you see like being like the next villain
after Thanos?
Well, they're saying they're developing a solo Silver Surfer movie,
which will open up for Galactus.
Apparently, what I didn't like about it is that apparently they're saying that they're going to go with it as a comedy. So I don't know how
Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer.
I'm like, so I don't know how that's going to work exactly.
Who the fuck are they gonna get? Dane Cook?
Suified fucking Galactus, bro.
Yeah, to me, all signs will point with this Fox merger comes in. I would say Galactus or Doctor Doom.
If they do this,
everybody's
Fox
saying
merger,
Doctor Doom. The front runner right now for next big bad of the Marvel universe, they're saying it's Doctor Doom, and that argument has only strengthened since the entire acquisition of Fox Entertainment by Disney. And they're apparently, I mean, he's even gone as far as doing promo commercials for the movie, but Hugh Jackman has been doing, if you saw the clip for Deadpool 2, he shows up, they show up in his hotel room or whatever. Deadpool shows up in his hotel room and he tries to convince him to come back to the movies as Wolverine or whatever.
Really?
But he's expressed, he's like, oh, well, he's open to the idea.
He sees
of
Deadpool
reprising
as
the
like
role.
a big ass, and Deadpool and Wolverine have a lot of stories together.
Yeah.
So like he sees a big beta.
He actually likes the actual real comic book story.
Yeah.
They're saying we might be able to finally get a proper Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
I'm hoping for that.
I'm not holding my breath.
So it's looking like Doom or Galactus then for the next.
Why? I don't think Doom, because I know wasn't he having a couple issues as he takes up the role as Iron Man?
I mean, breathing over there, kind of heavy. Yeah. I can hear you clear as day.
Oh, my bad.
Directly into the microphone. Yeah. But no.
Dr. Doom would be. You see, if you
say if you're gonna say it into the
if you're doing Dr. Doom, don't you have to give me a good Fantastic Four movie? You just can't. Dr. Doom just can't fucking show up.
Now, okay.
What if it's Adam Warlock?
No, they're not gonna go that far deep.
Because they're already making Adam Warlock to be some villain.
No, they're not.
He's being made by that chick for the Golden People.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I just want to know who's taking up Captain's spot. Is it Captain Marvel?
I say, well, she's the strongest hero in the entire Marvel universe.
It might be Bucky as well.
Yeah, because Bucky did play Captain America in the comics.
Or what happened in the comics, which was Falcon took over.
Mm-hmm.
What if they kill him like they did in the comics?
Cap.
Oh, like what you mean, like getting sniped or something?
Yeah. What if they did that?
Well, no, he dies. He dies.
I mean, I know he didn't die, but
no, he does die in the comics once.
But he didn't die.
Or no, 2 or 3 times actually. Now, I know he dies once by some sort of disease that apparently he gets by the super soldier serum.
Oh, shit.
Then he's brought back. That's if you look in the 90s, I want to say mid to late 90s, there was armored Captain America, but not like Iron Man armored, just like it was still Captain, but he just had like armor on him, like a knight almost.
I know I know a fucking villain they could make that we've already seen, but he hasn't even been talked about. The Celestials.
Who?
The Celestials, motherfucker. You don't remember the Celestials?
Oh, with Star-Lord and shit?
Yeah, you don't remember that one in the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 when the Collector was talking about the Power Stone? Remember how he showed one Celestial fucking stomping his big ass thing in the ground and eliminating the world? Uh-huh. What if they bring the Celestials into this shit? I wouldn't be surprised if they bring the Celestials into the next movie.
But he said but remember, he was the last one, though.
The last one?
He was the last Celestial.
We don't know that.
I just wonder who would play that if they would bring back Michael Fassbender and some of the other X-Men to be a part of this universe.
I mean, if they get the X-Men license, I'm pretty sure they bring everybody.
I think now this would be we're literally talking maybe 6 to 8 years from now when it happens, considering how they like to work out these timelines with these movies. You know, because each movie is an integral piece into the whole shit. So, if that's according to schedule, I think in about 6 to 8 years, maybe into the 6 to 10 years, we'll see the now Netflix Marvel universe come into the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
In 6 years.
Because
I heard that there's some talk that they're
Luke
trying
Cage.
to figure out how to put the Defenders in the next movie.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is that you have to remember Disney's coming up with their own streaming service. Okay.
Yeah, I remember hearing
They're gonna become their own Netflix, which means they are going to be taking all of their content out of all other streaming sites. That includes Marvel. That includes Star Wars. That includes, I believe, Lego.
Pixar.
All the Pixar. And obviously everything Disney.
So you're telling me Lego Man is going to beat Thanos?
Who knows?
So Disney got like the Infinity Stones on them.
Yeah, basically.
Mickey Mouse, you got
basically ESPN.
Did you get Thanos? Ho ho!
Yeah, they got Pixar, Lego.
Sorry.
It's all right. Star Wars. If they get Fox, that's 4.
And now they have Fox Entertainment.
Yeah, Fox Entertainment, that'll be 4.
Which Fox Entertainment in itself is a whole other plethora of other properties within itself. That's G.I. Joe.
Oh my god.
That's
Marvel people doing G.I. Joe. That shit would be fucking
that's
awesome.
I believe that is also Transformers.
Karate Kid in that shit?
Do you ever see
I
them getting
don't
like
know.
DC
Hell
or
no.
Warner Brothers?
That's Warner Brothers.
That would be... No, I don't know.
No,
I
that's a
don't know.
long way coming.
I think there's like a...
Because if I'm not mistaken, Warner Brothers is going to try to pull the same shit too in about 5 years.
And who you see them acquiring?
No. Just they're within their own content themselves.
Oh, like a DC universe?
DC is within Warner Brothers.
But the thing is, like, DC and Marvel, like, when it comes to the films, like, Marvel is just, like, blowing them out the water.
Oh, yeah.
But when it
that
comes
goes
to the
without saying.
animated films, like, DC is killing it.
Oh, yeah, they're fucking...
Like, they kill it when it comes to the animated
Speaking
films.
of, who's seen Batman Ninja?
Shit, still haven't got to see
Have
it
you
yet.
not
I
seen
heard it
Batman Ninja?
sucked.
Watch it.
KidsCartoon.com. Just look it up. It's boom.
It was not Fuego.
You can watch it. You can watch it right on your phone.
Shoot, yeah, I gotta check that out.
All right.
I
You heard it from here, folks. They're not cutting me a check. KidsCartoon.com. Check them out if you want to see that Batman Ninja. But, bro. Okay. My only complaint is that the story felt a little too rushed for me. I think that this would have been better if they did it as a small mini series type of thing. So like maybe Afro Samurai, like 4 to 6 episodes, just half-hour episodes. But it's an hour and 25 minutes. The best looking Batman animated movie ever. It's Batman in anime form.
How would it compare with Justice League, Flashpoint, Paradox?
Oh, no.
It doesn't.
That's not better.
It's apples and oranges.
Yeah,
It's a completely different style because here's the beauty of it. It's not Western. It's not a Western. What do you call it? Crew.
I
As
don't
far as
even think
behind
that's
the scenes.
Japanese. I think that's like Korean.
No, it's
That
Japanese.
style.
The what do you call it? The entire it's directed, animated, edited, all by the entire crew over there.
And it's on YouTube, right?
No.
It's on Kids Cartoon.
Kids Cartoon.
Okay.
That's
the
actual animation right there.
Yeah, look at that.
Damn, yes.
My boy in the blue looked like... is that Nightwing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Looked like Sub-Zero 3.0, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Then you got Red Robin right there.
Catwoman.
My man
Looking
Alfred.
super anime-ish.
Yeah.
With the titties out.
So it's
Real clean.
the story. While like I said, that's why like I said, my only complaint is that I wish that they would have taken a little bit more time with the story because it's a good story as far as just within the universe itself of how it is that they get there because it's Batman in ancient Japan.
They also do some of like watercolor style in the middle of it all.
Yes. I mean, it's the most. It's so beautiful. It just looks so good. It's beautifully animated.
It's ass.
No.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? The voice cast is great. You know what I'm saying? And the probably some of the best fight scenes because of the fact that they take that entire, you're looking at it from an entire different scope. It's now Batman in an anime world.
That shit 5.9. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Everything else it said, it's a 9.7 on IGN. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 83, but IMDb is like, fuck you.
Yeah. It's because all the white people are like, yeah, fuck this shit. And we're not a big fan of the Batman.
Who is that? Is that supposed to be Marlon Brando?
No, that's uppity Connecticut dude. For my next impression,
Uppity Connecticut. What the fuck?
But nah, you definitely guys check that shit out. Fucking Batman Ninja is fucking dope, man. But you're right. DC always holds it down on the animated, animated, and the
DC
TV
movies are not bad though,
and the TV too.
They just don't live up to the hype that people wanted to. It's just they see Marvel and they're like, yeah, I want that, but DC's just a different format,
dude.
I mean,
has anybody seen?
Did well, numbers
did fucking serious numbers. Serious
I think
numbers.
DC's more like they want to be the more mature type of story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's not the same. And plus, Marvel has. But Marvel had a head start, like a motherfucker.
Well, yeah, they've been.
By the time DC wanted to even think about Justice League, Marvel was on its like second Avengers, leading up to the Infinity War shit.
Yes,
I think Civil War. When did fucking
Civil War?
Come out?
Civil War was 2016.
The Civil War?
Yeah, around the same time.
Justice League came out in 2017. Yeah.
Fucking Marvel has like 14 Marvel movies by then.
Oh
bro.
yeah. But they rushed that whole thing. That's why Justice League was awful. I didn't like it.
I thought Justice League was pretty dope.
And we'll see what happens.
I'm too thrilled.
It's just because of it's the characters, bro. It's not the characters, the villains. The villains suck.
But
to make it the Justice League villain, it wasn't. Come on, did you really think that was worthy of the Justice League? If you had gave me what's his name, Superman's dude, not Apocalypse. Dude, not Doomsday. Mm-hmm. The fuck is that guy's name? He's like offset of Thanos, but DC version.
Oh,
Darkseid. You give me Darkseid, bro. Now that's a fucking villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darkseid. That's who they're working up towards.
Was he like an after credit scene or something, or?
Yeah, he remember Luther at the in the cell. He's like, he's coming, Darkseid. Like he says it, he whispers it and shit.
Ain't much pay attention.
Yeah, they're working.
Right.
I'm just being.
Marvel puts it right in front of you.
Yeah,
Thanos is right there.
I have like the visual of like Thanos is coming.
Yeah, but like on the on the TV front, they're also DC is also fucking dominating.
Oh,
has anybody seen Black Lightning?
I heard it's really good, man. It's really good.
Everybody needs to after you listen to this podcast, you need to run the fuck home. It's on Netflix right now, the entire first season. Watch that shit. It is just as good as Luke Cage. Half the budget, at the very least, half the budget had to be spent on the fucking music that they use in this goddamn show.
So the score is like some Luke Cage, old to 90s.
Bro, it's everything you want it to be. Like, it's some hits, it's some deep cuts.
I gotta watch that then.
I've been hitting the Shazam a whole bunch of times going, who the fuck is that? Really? That's the OJs?
They play the old school soul stuff too. Like,
bro, like they're covering everything. The cast is phenomenal. My man Cress Williams, who plays the lead role, Jefferson Pierce, aka Black Lightning.
Said that he might become one of the greatest black father role models,
bro.
And like TV history.
You know, it's the perfect modern day.
They wanted to give The Rock that.
It's like
too big for him.
It's like Modern Family, but with superpowers. You know what I'm saying? It's this progressive, new age, 2018 family. in dealing in this fictional city of Freeland, and they Black Lightning. What I love about it is that, and a little bit of a spoiler alert, is that you don't get an origin story. It doesn't start there.
So this goes into him just being...
It actually starts with him coming back. I don't want to go without diving too deep into it.
Yeah.
It's basically him coming back to it. So if you watch it, I mean, it is great. James Remar, what do you call it? If you look him up, he's a well-known character actor. Does a phenomenal job as Peter Gamby, who's kind of like his cue to Black Lightning's James Bond. Like, he's the one that takes care of all the gadgets and the suit and everything like that. James Remar, he's actually voiced a lot of the characters in Justice League, the animated series, and a lot of other, right there, my man James Remar. If you ever watched The Warriors, he's one of the guys in there.
In the original Warriors.
Yeah, the original Warriors. He was...
That, you know who that is? That was the original Raiden, bro.
Yeah, that was.
No, not the original Raiden.
No.
Raiden from Mortal Kombat 2.
Annihilation, yeah.
Annihilation.
Yeah.
That was Raiden.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it now.
He's been in a lot of video games, too, as a voiceover.
Yeah. Yeah, if you listen to his voice, he's very...
Okay, now I remember, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, I gotta watch The Warriors again, too, man. That's
Yeah.
such a classic film.
Can you dig it?
Such a classic film, man. Top one.
There
of
it
the
goes
top.
right there. Raiden right there on the bottom. Middle bottom.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Right there.
Yeah, man. That's
Before he cut his hair in the movie.
Yeah,
such
yeah,
a
yeah.
classic film. You know what I'm saying? But shoot, hell yeah, bro. Like,
Black Lightning, bro.
Black Lightning.
The music alone
They need to bring
is
Static
worth
Shock.
is worth the
they need to.
They need to bring Static Shock.
who know
Hawkins.
they're I forget where, but or who nowadays I consume, we consume media in so many different ways, whether it be through people, social media, web surfing, whatever. They're saying that with the success of Black Lightning, the CW has been finding a lot of success of putting their shows after they stream them, after they air them on their networks week to week, putting them on streaming sites like Netflix and Hulu and everything like that. Riverdale has exploded in viewership ever since it's dropped on Netflix. It's found an entire new audience. It's like doubled or tripled its audience now. Like the anticipation for the new season, like the viewership for the week to weeks has just skyrocketed because people that weren't able to have the time and that seemed mildly interested, because it's based off of the Archie comic books.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what Riverdale is. It's what it's based off of. So they took Cruel Intentions and mixed it with like Archie, and boom, you have Riverdale. So the what do you call it now with Black Lightning being on there, and
Andrews, get the fuck
this
out of here.
wave of black superheroes, not just finally getting a proper platform, but exceeding and just crashing through every expectation that they might have had, or any ceiling that might have been put upon them, as far as viewership, as far as the money that they're making, as far as revenue, overall, not just domestically but internationally as well. They're saying that now there's a huge chance for Static Shock to finally come into play, for a proper Vixen show. Who's the other ones? I forget. But like, there's so many other heroes that they're now saying can probably get a chance now to have their own show as well. But yeah, Black Lightning. I can't recommend that fucking show enough. It's fucking dope. I think I might watch. I think I might go start.
Sorry,
watching
me and
the next
Wilmo are
episode
laughing
again.
because we always count like how many times he just starts going off on a tangent.
Yeah, I gotta give it a watch, man, because like I've honestly been like so out the loop, like when it comes to like Netflix.
Well, yeah, you're
and,
doing real things.
like I'm not just saying that. Like I be chilling too, man. I be chilling.
We're just lazy fucks.
Nah, man, I be chilling. Like I just
schlubs that talking to Mike.
like I mean I binged.
Emmanuel's gonna leave here. It's like the schmucks.
Never that, man. I'm a regular guy, man. I'm a humble, chill guy.
No, we don't.
But like,
when you get a chance, like to like sit
I gotta
down.
give that a watch. Because like shoot, I was just like I watched like old stuff, like like from like on the Hulu. Like, I watched like Catfish.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
me
saying?
too.
Like,
Me too. Yeah, I watched that. I'm on season 3.
Yeah,
Catfish?
Catfish is freaking
It's
funny
hilarious.
to watch, man.
Really, huh?
And
Bro, sometimes like you just the
I've
people
seen
that end up
clips.
being who they are so outrageous.
and it's like, how do you not get it? Like, I
Did you
talked
ever
to this
see
girl
that
for 5 years?
Did
and,
you ever
like,
see that episode where they tricked them into going there?
Oh, the three girls.
Yeah, you
Yes,
remember
it
that?
was a black Haitian
I
girl.
was like, Machine Gun Kelly was the host.
and
I
he
was like, what?
dog, like I
Whoa.
was watching, was like, wait, hold up, like
They get there right, like, and the girl that they find, they're like, listen, I gotta tell you something. We made all this shit up to do this, and they're like, well, why did you? Machine Gun Kelly was hot.
Yeah,
man.
he
he wanted to fight.
he wanted to fight the
Because he's
Haitian
like,
girl.
yo, I could have been with my daughter, but like they told me to do this as a gig, but like it was all for nothing. Like they just tricked us, and like the girl who they interviewed like 4 or 5 times finally showed up, and it was like a different person. She's like, oh, I did it because I want to show that the LGBT community is out there.
Yeah, in the Haitian community.
In the Haitian community.
Like you could have done it like in so many other ways.
Yes, because she was like, we're being oppressed in the Haitian community, us being LGBT community, something like that. It was something around that. And it was just like, what? Like me watching, I'm like, what? That's what? That
It's
doesn't
such
make...
like I'm gonna go home and probably watch like one quick episode. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I just be wanting to see like a actual happy ending. Like
I've seen a couple. I
still haven't seen it because it's like these. It was like, man, like I've been talking to this girl for 5 years,
And they actually-
she only showed me like one picture,
and
of
they
herself.
are who they are.
Yeah,
Well, no, remember that one, the black dude who he was lying about how he looked, and he thought the girl was lying. And when they met, the girl was exactly who she said she was, looked exactly, and she was shocked. Dude didn't even look like who he was. He's like, oh shit, like
I gotta
He
watch
fucked all
that
his shit
episode.
up.
I watched an
I
episode
think that was
where
like season 2.
there was an episode I was watching on Catfish where it was a black girl, and she was talking to some like supposed supermodel looking guy, black guy, and then when they went to the house, it was like in some like Beverly Hills, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air type suburb. It was a black dude, like he was like a it wasn't like no model looking black guy, but he had like a Aston Martin, he had like an Audi. And then, like, he's like, yeah, I'm not here. I know I'm not who I was in the pictures, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to be like, because I do all this. Girls see the Aston Martin, this and that. And then she was mad because it wasn't that model guy.
That
And
fucking
then-
piece of shit.
And then, like, she was like, you're such an asshole. But then she still went on a date with him, obviously. Because he had that.
Yeah.
And then, like, when he went on a date, when they were on a date, he was like,
Shut the fuck
You know what he
up.
Like,
wanted?
hold
He
up.
just wanted to floss.
he was
on,
like, you
on
know
them
what?
TV.
He was like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I need to have 2 wives, and like I'm trying to like, you know what I'm saying, like my lifestyle, this and that. And then she was
Dropped the bomb
and then she
on
just
them.
like got turned off like by it. Like it was like
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
Catfish
Wait,
is hilarious.
what season was this? I
I
gotta
think that's
watch
season
this, man.
5.
I'm not up there yet. I'm
Yeah,
on
like
season 3.
I like skim through episodes to see like what sounds appealing because it's like it's not like everything is like. In sync
I do
with
that
each other.
sometimes. I do that just to watch the ones I saw when the run was actually
Mm-hmm.
going. The worst one I've seen though, and you'll probably remember this one. You can pull it up. Go on YouTube. Worst Catfish ever, MTV. It's the one where it's the guy from Orlando, the Spanish dude, and he's talking to this girl who he thinks is a 25-year-old chick from Miami, and like and he talked to her on the phone, and when they met the person, it was some dude, and he was disguising his own voice. And, like, he would turn it off. Like, when they asked him, can you do the voice? He would turn it on. It was such, like, a chick. You were like, bro.
Oh, the dude, yeah. There's like it's like a fat little like Spanish looking dude or whatever.
Like a weird looking dude.
No, it's not
right?
this one. It's not this one. Yeah. Go to YouTube actually, so you can pull it up.
They need to bring Catfish back.
I have it right there. Look. Top.
Or yeah.
Or you can just click on the.
Either one.
So what's it?
See, this is what I watch. PUBG moments. Because I'd be trying to replicate that shit. Go down. Yeah, right there. The one with the guy.
Funniest catfish ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the weird looking Spanish guy.
Yeah, we gotta see that one. Hold on. Oh, no, this is him talking.
Yeah, one of them was like a weird looking Spanish guy. Like he looked kind of like deformed and stuff.
You gotta hear it though, man. It's so... It's not that one. It's go back. Put MTV in it and see if it pops up.
Yeah, I think they have like MTV's like kind of like strict on like that.
Right, yeah. Let's see if I can, because I know they can pull up like a small snippet of it. Keep going. I remember that one. That one was crazy too.
Is that Little Dicky?
No, it looked like.
Oh, it kind of looked like it from my distance, but yeah, man, like Catfish is yeah, like I watch stuff like that every now and then just to like get my mind off of like so much like social society issues and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just like a bunch of YouTube videos too. Like that's like basically my main thing.
Yeah, I do that too. Sometimes I go down the rabbit hole and
because like, you gotta have an escape, and that's the thing that people like tend to like not really like realize about me. It's like I'm always serious all the time. Like I'm always angry and want to take over like want to like save the world. It's like I'm a regular chill guy too. Like I like to vibe. I like to kick it. I like to go to carnival. I like to like get lit too every now and then.
I found
like
here. I found it. Here we go.
Yeah, that's the weird looking. Yeah,
turn on the.
Can we hear the voice right now? I mean, I don't know what's going on. A lot of things been changing in my life.
Chris is laughing because they kept. Dude is getting catfish. Can't believe it. Dude is getting catfish. Like, Jesus Christ, I got caught, bro. Damn.
But my thing is like, with catfish is like, come on now. Like, look what era we're in. If they're not gonna video chat with you, it's like, come on.
Yeah, I never understood that one. When they don't after 6 months they don't accept the video chat, they don't want to meet you.
Yeah,
what the fuck are you doing?
Like, it was wasting my time.
To be honest, and I don't want to be mean, but I find that those people who do that, they're just like they probably have a hard time trying to find
sad,
dates.
Lonely people.
Yeah, they're just clinging on to something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That hope.
Somebody is finally paying attention.
That
to
hope
me.
can fuck with you though.
Yeah, because like they ain't send me no pictures. Like come on, like who doesn't have like more than one picture?
But they'll reason with themselves for it to be okay, and it's just like
because nobody wants to believe they got fooled.
There was
like
a catfish episode where a girl thought she was like talking to Bow Wow too.
I remember that. That was so fucking weird.
It was like a lesbian chick,
and the funny thing is, she was sending him pictures of herself,
and she sent and the girl that catfish sent her $10,000. That's why people were like, man, it might be actually be Bow Wow, but it was like a chick. I think she was like doing like. I don't know what she was doing to get the 10,000.
I remember they did a follow-up episode and they found out she got
trapping.
shot.
She was just trapping.
She was still. Yeah, she survived. She was doing music in a new studio that they built for her. I don't know what she does, but she was like, I got shot. In the 6 months that you haven't seen me, and fucking dude's like, what?
Yeah,
fuck.
Yeah, like catfish is something.
These are some white people from from Cali just making fucking film, and they're like, you got shot? Like.
Yeah, and I was watching. I actually watched Dear White People season 2.
I heard
they canceled it though.
Really?
Some
after
news.
Season 2?
Yeah, they took it off. Maybe that's just
the
Facebook.
Get Down got
canceled.
I was surprised about that.
That one. But to get that had like such like an expensive budget. So like
I
that
heard
was
the beginning of season 2 wasn't really
to Get Down.
Yeah, like I watched it. It was.
Oh
alright.
no, that's the kicker. It wasn't season 2 technically.
It was still like part 2 of
Really?
season
It was
1.
It was just season 1, part B.
2. Yeah. But it was still dope though, like for what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like it was still pretty dope. Dear White People season 2 was like, I mean, Dear White People in general. Like I'm not too sure if it's a satire or like what direction that they're going because like they talk on real issues, but it comes from such like a satire standpoint. Like okay, they're just making fun of this. You know,
well, it's the same way of when you see The Daily Show. You know, they take like real political issues, but they just make it a joke.
Or like the Boondocks.
But yeah,
Have you seen Dear White People?
I saw episode 1 through 3, and you know, I just stopped. Just because I'm so into My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super took over the last like maybe 6 months of my life. Me watching episodes, analyzing shit, watching videos of people analyzing shit, watching videos of people watching videos analyzing shit.
Oh, so just unnecessary stuff.
Real unnecessary shit, bro. I learned so much shit on the back end. I know fucking people's power levels when power levels stop being
of Dear
recorded.
White People.
Oh, there we go, Dear White People.
The cast. Of
The
Dear
Despacito parody.
So, Dear White People. Now,
can you put on the trailer for me?
Is
Put
it
the
the?
trailer on
Is
for me.
it? Does it have any of the cast from the movie?
It has like a few from the movie, from the actual movie. Coco is in there again. And the main like biracial chick, she's in like season 2.
Put some sound. No, that's Wi-Fi. There we go, bro. Yeah.
Start over.
A little bit higher. A little bit higher.
Just put it up all the way.
Just drag that sumbitch.
Start.
Alright, start over this.
Start over.
Let me see this.
The following program is meant for both white and black audiences, and every other color imaginable.
Dear
Panther.
white people,
I just want to say that I find your show offensive.
having a black vibrator does not count as an interracial relationship. When you ask someone who looks ethnically different, what are you? The answer is
What the fuck?
when are you gonna wake up to your white privilege, man?
I'm black.
This white, our rhetoric makes this campus look like a powder keg, a racial unrest, like a state school. How did we get here? Who hurt you?
Well, 200 years.
Slavery, got it right.
Holy shit.
We will have unprecedented access to the administration.
We should vote for you because your father's the dean. My girls and I are going to the midsummer center.
Oh, this show ain't blowing punches, man.
Wander around outside waiting for a senior to date rape them, or a senior to kiss them. You're confusing it with the Tango Fisher party.
A bunch of white kids dressing up like us in 2017. I can't believe something like this can happen. It's almost like you and I attend 2 separate schools.
Have to unpack my best friend having a secret bae. Secret or white? We met in the comments section of that Medium article you wrote. Don't fall in love with your oppressor.
I've got so many likes.
You're not just a black man, you're a gay black man. I'm sorry. Gay? I'm sorry. Are you straight? Oddly specific.
We're going to bring together every group on this campus and demand real justice. Guys, you know what this is? This is racism.
Yeah, I thought President Obama fixed all that.
I know.
This is what happens when a country refuses to address its history with slavery.
We need to do here what they did in Germany.
What? What?
The past part, not the concentration camp part.
Yo, this shit is. Hey, I gotta watch that
Yeah,
shit.
man. It's
You gotta do what they did in Germany. What?
Man, the thing is it's
I couldn't hear
hilarious.
what he said at that part because you're sitting fucking just fucking ha 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 ha
I'm sorry, that shit was so-
into the mic. I couldn't hear
It's
the part.
it's when they that's great. That's great.
It's
satire.
satire, man. Like they even had like one episode like hoteps and stuff like that, Like it was pretty dope, man. It was pretty funny. Like what they touched
I gotta
on.
check that shit out.
Yeah, man. You got it's pretty dope. It's pretty hilarious, man. I would definitely recommend.
That's racism. I thought Barack Obama fixed that.
I know,
man.
That was good.
You know,
it's funny because there's some people who think that way though.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
That's the funny part. That's what's the hilarious thing about that show. It's that there's people who think like this. You fuckers, like idiots, man.
A lot of people.
Yeah, man.
That's why I was like the white. I was like, when you do this show, you got to make sure the white guy is how the white guy is. Because when they do a lot of like shows where they try, like I always saw one. What was it? How I Met Your Mother. They tried to do something where they talked about racial difference, and when I saw it, I was just like, you guys are just trying too hard.
Really? Really, 6 white people are gonna tell me about?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
racial.
How?
Really?
You're gonna show me from the white perspective?
Yeah, you have different color hair. Yeah. Yeah. Right. But
man.
As always, we always appreciate everybody that takes the time to sit down and listen and vibe out with us. You know, be sure to follow us on Parental Advisory Cast on Facebook and Instagram, Parental Podcast on Twitter, and PA Podcast on Snapchat, even though we're never on it.
Are we ending?
Yeah, we're ending.
I haven't even asked them about MMA.
We're already
what is your favorite
2 hours
technical hold?
Really?
Is it
really?
The arm triangle?
So
the rear naked choke?
As always,
a dormanted triangle hold through the scorpion?
So as always, you know, we definitely appreciate everybody. Thank you to everybody that's been following on the Instagram. Yeah, don't mind him. So once again, thank you very much, Emmanuel, for coming back on. Our first repeat guest. I'm like, that's so dope.
How are we gonna come on like?
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is that you're the first one,
huh?
You're an inspirational figure.
Man,
yes,
I'm just
very much,
trying
bro.
To do what's right, bro.
Seriously, man. The fact that you despite everything that you've managed to accomplish so far, and you still want to take out the time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with us.
It's always dope, it's always cool seeing people my age group just doing some dope creative stuff, man. Like I said, I just want to see everybody come together. So just to see a whole podcast network of people like you guys with Parental Advisory, where you guys talk about anime and sci-fi and sports, to someone else who has a podcast talking about actual social issues. Someone might talk about sports. And we really build a network, man. I just feel as if we're as strong as we are as a collective. So that's just what I want to see, man. And it's always a pleasure being on here. I really vibe with you guys, and it's cool seeing other people like myself who you can't put me under in a box.
True.
So.
Yeah.
True.
Well, I feel honored when you come on, bro.
Yeah, seriously, we all do.
Because when I
man.
see you doing your thing, you to me are what the equivalent is to me watching an Avenger movie. You're the true hero, bro. You really are there fighting for the people. So there's not a lot of people who do that.
You're in the trenches, man. You know what I'm saying?
I do what I can, man. I do what I can.
It's definitely inspirational.
Very honorable, and I thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man. As once again, where can the people find you?
Instagram at Black Broward. You can catch me on Facebook, Emmanuel Emmanuel space George George.
They have Black Broward on Facebook too, right?
Yeah, it's on Facebook too. I think it's Black Broward 954. Also Black Broward Film Project. You know what I'm saying? That's coming this summer. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? The documentary series of black communities in Broward County.
Okay.
So we're going to make it happen. And shout out Preemy, shout out Ian, and we're going to be doing some dope stuff, man. Making history.
Yeah, probably. Maybe we can set something up. We can have everybody back here next week.
Next week?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, shoot. Well, dang, wait. Nah, Preemy's going to be in Cuba.
Oh shit!
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Cuba, man.
Well, damn. That means since we know now he's going to be in Cuba, since we now know he's going to be in Cuba, then Preem, if you're listening, you bring Cuban cigars next time you come.
Yeah, you got to get Preem on it. He got to tell you about because he's always traveling elsewhere, man.
If you're going to Cuba, you got to bring a souvenir.
Got the cigars.
I told him to go see if he could find a SADA.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Bring a nice bottle of Puerto Rican.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Puerto Rican Cuban rum.
Puerto Rican. Yeah, we know about the Bacardi.
Ooh, that Cuban rum. But yeah, so thank you guys for listening. As always, you can find me at jserve954 on all social media and jservetv on YouTube. Brolife.net for all my music. And yeah, be sure be on the lookout. We're going to be coming out with some new stuff soon. So
you can find me at LSO463, all social media, and LSOYT for my YouTube and Twitch. I'm actually going to be going to 10th Tavern. Probably I'll even go with Emmanuel because he goes there a lot. And I'm going to go ahead and be out there. So any Twitch people that I know I've been playing with locally, if you guys want to head out there, go ahead. And I'm dropping something in the summer. I'm dropping Hokage.
Nice.
So
is that the official name now?
Yeah, I'm not going with
the other one. Let's not even say. I don't even want to say.
Well, I already told people I was going to come out with Enter the Shadow Realm.
Well, yeah.
But I'm going to do that after.
Okay.
I have because the beats I've gotten are just like the mindset that I have for Hokage. That now I rather stay in that mindset.
True.
And just do that. But that's going to drop in the summer. I've been working on some music, so hopefully I can head to the studio in a week or two.
Dope. Nice.
I've been so busy with the podcast. So.
Young Wilmo.
Young Wilmo. This angle. Hello, people. You can find me on Snapchat, Instagram, Wilmo_Chiquito. Gotta say it like that for you white people out there. But I feel like it.
So yeah, guys.
That's Wilmo Chiquito. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks again. Thank you to everybody that's been commenting, following, liking, and everybody on the Instagram.
Yeah, thank you for that. The Instagram has been fucking blowing up.
Yeah,
we're
seriously.
almost at 300 when we were at like 50 like a month and a half ago.
Also wanted to ask before we go, they were shouting out, they were asking me about Black Panther at an event.
Yes. So some kids that say they live, where do they live? They live on Broward Boulevard and something. I forgot what cross street. And they knew about you because they know about I guess there were artists that were there, and they knew about you. And they're like, "Hey, we've heard we follow Emmanuel George, and we saw he was on your podcast before. Is he going to be here? We'd like to talk to him about Black Panther." Because I think they were doing some Black Panther type graffiti on paper, and they were selling it. They were like way in the back of where we were. Which is terrible because I saw their artwork. I'm like, man, if they were up front, people would see it a lot better. But yeah, they were asking. They were like, yeah, we'd like to talk to them about Black Panther. I don't know why. They had to go because they were obviously in their booth. But like they briefly came over. I saw like they just scurried here, hey, and then they went back.
You got recognized?
Through Emmanuel George, yeah.
Damn, make you sound like some super celebrity, man.
That's
that's dope.
I was like,
shout out to them kids, man.
They was like, Emmanuel George. I'm like, he's here? I'm like, I thought you was like, you were here. But then they were like, no, we thought he was with you. And it's like, no. But I'll shout him. I'll tell you.
I'll let him know. That's crazy.
Shout out to them kids, man.
Yeah, man. My man Emmanuel George making an impact out here, man. Making a real impact.
There's a lot of people that came on. Like when we did our breaks, like Serve would go pee or I would go get something to eat. Like there was people then because they saw we weren't doing nothing, so they came up to us. Which sucked because I'm like, well, why didn't you come up while we were doing the podcast? That's why I have like what we did is we had both these mics here on this table, and I had that one on the opposite so people can talk. Some people did come up. I started putting questions up like, who's your MVP of Infinity War and shit.
Yeah, for Infinity War and stuff like that. Yeah, it was really lovely. Yeah, actually, if anything, we didn't really get into that too much. But yeah, shout out to the people over at Tate's, man. Free Comic Book Day. It was fucking awesome, man. Dope. We spent that Saturday out there.
A lot of great talent out there.
Yeah, shout out to Jo, yo. She was fucking great. You know,
yeah,
she
man.
always looks out.
Joe and Anthony always put on great events there, man. It's like when you go to Tate's, it's just so much shit that you can do.
Yeah, if anything, one of the next Free Comic Book Day that they do, next year or something, you should, because we always try. We're always
I'm gonna
pretty
try
much
and
there.
shoot to do not a Comic-Con.
Yeah,
in July. You should definitely come out there.
And it's down here?
Yeah, they do not a Comic-Con because obviously if you can't go to Comic-Con, but they do this really big event where like they have a tent, they take over the whole parking lot, they put tents out there, and it's basically like the store has now become the parking lot to the store, and then they have the gaming center on the left side where they have their Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, their duel tournaments, things of those natures, and that all becomes the store. So it's like this massive event that they put on. And they have like different people there, cosplay people. It's really dope, man. They really nice. Do.
But yeah,
it's right in the heart of Broward.
Yeah, right there on in Lauderhill.
Yeah, right by Piper.
That's the home base. But yeah, so shout out to the whole team over at Tate's, and shout out to everybody out there, guys. We really do appreciate everybody that's taking the time to listen and comment and like and do everything like that. So thank you very, 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 very much.
Are you going to be anywhere in the next week?
No, I'm not going to be anywhere locally. But as always, BroLife.net and JServe954.
Are you going to be anywhere locally?
Damn.
Because I usually tell people, like, I know I'm going to be, this Saturday I'm going to be at Game Tavern.
I'm most likely going to check out Glitch Bar on Friday. That's like another arcade video game / bar.
So go check out with Emmanuel George Glitch Bar, people. You
know what I'm saying? That's like Fat Village, unfortunately, gentrified area.
True.
But I'm going to check it out. Where else am I going to be? You see me in Liberia, Dania Beach, Danny, just always getting involved, trying to make something happen.
Sure.
So
there you go, people.
You'll see me around.
You'll see him around the way, y'all. And we'll see y'all around the way, hopefully next week with some new, for y'all. So, thank you guys for listening, and we out this bitch, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Dope, man. Dope.